relaxing it is. I'm like, all right, you're not going to get wet. I'm in my clothes.
You had to
They
sit
put
back.
me in the worst spot.
They made her go backwards, so she's hitting every wall.
Rides Bill wasn't tall enough for.
What do you say?
Are you sitting up for rides I wasn't tall enough for? Some bullshit.
No, Tay and Deb made it too.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Aldo?
Hi, Aldo.
Hey, Riley, what's up, brother from another mother? Holla.
Is that our TV?
Yeah.
We are live, by the way.
What's that?
We are live, by the way.
Oh, we are. Steph, you were on live.
Let's do our little open here.
Some may find the following disturbing. Discretion is advised.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Nah, nah, nah. A Bears ballroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Every week on 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. A Bears ballroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Every week on 100 proof, no matter if the Bears win or lose. Yo, first, the smartest man, no tweets he's ever missing. Impossible, the mission, call out frauds with precision. A Bears 100 proof, these pages #1 Adora. Slaying dumb tweets, cross-eyed like Contora. Never one to back down, Shayne be calling a fraud. Our dumbest tweets of the week, the mailman goes all out. Cheers, Bears fans. The fire Puerto Rican barkeeping for Chicagoland. He's the godfather, the one, the real producer. Always keeping the show together with the voice that will seduce us. Biscuit now the Firefox, the old timer never stops. IPAs, drafts, malts, craft spark, he takes the shots. No deny. Barflies appreciated worldwide. Canada, Scotland, England, Brazil, Mexico, and Dubai. Dr. Phil is the guy, the one to realize that the barroom needed a show with an endless shoot supply. Go big coat fought the narrative on color, brought the Jasons up, get paid for Mitchell. Now I'm the usher. Standing up for the truth, 100 proof with the guys. Almost burned off the show, but I came back for the barflies. Flies. Fuck a fraud in his keyboard, Twitter tough guys surround us. Reigning truth on the Bears worldwide, barflies astound us. This is the #1 pod, that's the reality of the truth. And if you don't know us by now, Bears 100 proof. A Bears ballroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Every week on 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. A Bears ballroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Every week on 100 proof, 100 no matter if the Bears win or lose.
The NFC North 2018 Division Champions.
They're the ones that fight for truth. Yo. Every week on 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. You know MC for a Bears ballroom, they're the ones that fight for truth. Every week on 100 proof, no matter if the Bears win or lose.
And they win the NFC North.
Yeah. You know you got to feel it. You got to feel it.
Cheers, Bears fans! This is a special Bears 100 proof coming to you live during halftime of the second preseason game of the season for our Chicago Bears. My name is Aldo Gandia. I serve the drinks here, but don't you worry, the stars of our show are here, and they are coming to you live from Connecticut. Draft Dr. Phil Ottochian, and upstate New York, Shayne, the smartest man in the barroom, Marsaw. Let's get right into our first half analysis, and let me begin with you, Shayne, because it might be the only chance you'll get to talk uninterrupted.
Oh, man. The Chase Daniel game, huh?
Oh, yes. This is the game where we officially get worried once again with the backup quarterback position. Didn't this happen last year?
I understand it's preseason and everything, but we touched on this last week, guys. You know, this is a 10-year vet, and yes, he's playing with young guys, but there's zero decisiveness there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a short quarterback should be inviting pressure. You know what I mean? To stand in there, be decisive, and go to the quick game. I mean, he's not even feeling any pressure from the backside on a first down after a turnover. It's a concern to me because, like we said last week, Tyler Bray's not the guy.
Right.
Chase, I mean, if obviously if Mitch goes down, that's a game changer. But to me, there's no reason that there's not a young guy with some upside that's not getting valuable reps in this offense in the preseason. It's a huge miscue. I understand Mitch needs, or they want Mitch to be the guy, with Chase teaching him off the field and stuff like that. But you know what? If Mitch needs him that much in year 2, then to me that's a warning card on Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, right.
Who's the backup quarterback in Kansas City?
I don't know. Who's
the backup quarterback in Houston?
I don't know. Who is it?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
they got the fucking guy at number 1. And to me, it's an issue. It's a very, very underrated issue. I understand the experience factor and all that, but Chase Daniel looks awful.
Oil Pan Willie in the chat room says that Daniel looks scared, and I have to agree 100% with that. It's like he does not trust the second, third string offensive lineman. He looks terrified back there. Phil, your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to start out with Coach Nagy saying this.
We don't have turds on this team.
And Chase is bringing a turd tonight because he's making Coach Nagy a liar because I'm with Shayne. I'm not pushing the panic button, but I am concerned about the backup quarterback position. This is a concern, a big one. The Barfly in the chat room is 100% right, as Shayne is. The nervousness. Your expectation in this game is to get reps and analyze these young receivers and tight ends and company. And your quarterback can't do three-step game. On that sack, I said to Shayne, freaking Wims is running a 6-yard in. That's your read.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Boom. You saw the cover. He's pushing out of the pocket, worrying about his feet. Don't make a play by using your feet, Chase. I mean, and the fucking fumbled snap. Let's get this on, audio tape. Because that doesn't lie, I hope, either. Fucking, that snap is right at his right side hip. Catch the fucking ball. You're backed up. You're backed up. And then what's even worse, Aldo, is he looks like a lame mule trying to recover the fucking fumble on the what kind of athleticism? I mean, he looked like he was on skates. It was embarrassing. This kind of performance. Forget the fucking team and analyzing backups and the temperature of that. The concern is, Aldo, the backup quarterback. And like you said, again, well, he went to this stadium right here. I was there, and he pissed down his leg, and he's done nothing. Have some fucking pride and professionalism. Have some, because tonight you look like a piece of shit.
And I totally understand that the playbook is dumbed down. I totally understand that they're not, playing guys who are probably going to be on the team. At least, most of those guys on the offensive line we may not hear from again. Or if we do, it'll be 2 or 3 years because they'll be developmental players. But when you fail to get rid of the ball on third down and set up your kicker now for a field goal that's going to be 10 yards longer than it should have been, you're not playing like a veteran. You're playing like a fucking fool. So Stop it, Chase Daniel. Play smart. You should be leading out there with your smarts. Everybody says you're another coach out in the field. Well, you certainly don't play like a fucking coach out in the field. You should be getting rid of the ball quicker. You should be much more cognizant of what's going on around you. Instead, you're playing like you're petrified that the offensive line is going to not protect you and that you're going to end up in the hospital. That's no way to play football. No way.
Aldo, you touch on the offensive playbook being dumbed down, and that's fine because it absolutely is. How did Benny Fowler score his touchdown tonight? It's on a fucking slant pass.
That's right.
That's stuff that Phil's teaching his boys in flag football, and they're 5 years old. You know what I mean? It's run a slant pass, but you have to be able to make a decision quickly. And Chase is not. You can see it. Vaughters makes a beautiful play. I tweeted out instantly, if I'm Matt Nagy, I'm going to the end zone on first down. Chase Daniel gets the ball, feels no backside pressure, and fucking eats it and gets sacked on first down. It's just, you're a 10-year vet. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
The other thing is, you look at him, and your expectation is what Aldo said. You know the fucking playbook backwards and forward. You're a teacher. That's the sales pitch you've been given. You're stealing money at this point in regards to your performance. Now you have to come out there and give your coaches something to look at, because right now all we're looking at is pathetic QB play from your backup quarterback that you've sold us as somebody that knows the system and what have you. Now, to Shayne's point, Bradley Sowell gets abused there at the tight end, and he comes. Chase has to feel that. I mean, the kid Daniel Jones for the Giants looks more confident and comfortable in his offense than the veteran over here in Chicago. And we're just griping right now, Aldo, because 26 starters aren't out there. We're going to keep it 100.
Some of them aren't even in New York.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I understand. And
Who might that be?
Aldo, we touched on this last week too, and I know we're rabid and we're going to follow this 24/7, 365, no matter what. I mean, this could be an inter squad like that scrimmage the other night. We would have been live watching that just as interested as we are this. Mm-hmm. But you know, Phil and I were talking to Dan tonight, and at the same time, it's tough to watch, it's tough to stomach, but at the same time, to Phil's point, with those 26, you might as well consider them our top players, not participating. You're like, oh my God, this is terrible, and you have to kind of put things in perspective. But to go back, Chase Daniel. When are we going to make a bigger deal about our special teams coach?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a weekly thing.
Aldo brought that up last week.
Yeah,
This improvement hasn't been there. You take a fucking kick return in the preseason for a touchdown, and it's called back.
Who was that? Who housed that bitch? Anybody know his name?
I don't know. Air Jared believes that he's making the roster.
Let me tell our folks in the chat room that the third quarter has started, and we are not allowed per NFL rules to do any play-by-play.
Same as last week, right, Aldo?
Exactly. I mean, you can get away with a few plays, but we can't do the whole game play-by-play.
At least we're all on the same thing. I mean, we're not streaming. It's on national TV, but
yeah. So we should be seeing this at the same time, unlike last week where we sing it 90 seconds ahead of Phil.
Yeah, that was tough.
Tyler Bray for his first pass. He's got a wide open receiver, and he overshoots Marvin Hall, who is the fastest man in the planet.
Oh my God. It's just that right there tells you who Tyler Bray is. Who he is. Remember the can't hit a bull in the ass with a banjo? That's Tyler Bray again.
This is a fucking burn. Like, disgusting. This is a high school player hits this pass, Aldo. We call this 90 series 3-step game. The guy's pressing and then bounces outside for a fade and has the guy flat-footed. We talked about this shit last week, Shayne. Yeah. The guy fucking can't anticipate the deep ball. That was pathetic.
That goes
pathetic.
He did it again.
Then he overshoots it again. He has Riley Ridley.
That's Javon.
Swim.
Well,
Fucking Christ! I mean,
oh my gosh, I can only laugh. Oh, it is. Wait a minute, somebody's down, and it's my man Richard Coward, and he's holding his left arm. It looks like it could be a wrist. It looks like it could be a hand.
I think he dislocated his shoulder, didn't he?
Could be.
He hanging that. Oh no, he's grabbing his wrist now. I thought he was dragging his arm down, but yeah,
dragging the arm.
Oh, and it looks like it's friendly fire. It looks like who's number 60? Oh gosh, number 60 is Jordan McRae, who has not had a good game. He came in to help Coward and may have injured Coward's hand there.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
He is pissed. Coward's
having an improvement. We wanted to see improvement from this football player this week.
Right.
I kept a particularly close eye on him, and his first half, he was good. He really came out assignment-based, technically sound. He had some good effort plays. He destroyed Giants DeMarcus Lawrence, their first-round pick, on one of the plays. So Coward was having himself a good game. You got to hope, because you guys know how I feel about this kid, Coward.
Well, the way that he was reacting on the sideline, I don't know. I'm not feeling too confident about it.
Which leads us to the discussion of the offensive line overall. The guys that they have there are either developmental players like Bars, the Notre Dame kid who has an NFL future, but he certainly is not going to be playing in an NFL game in 2019. Or guys like Cornelius Lucas, who are journeyman offensive linemen who just are the reason they go from team to team is because they are the last Band-Aid in the box, in that old fucking box, and you know that Band-Aid is going to fall off after about 10 minutes, and that's Cornelius Lucas. So there is a depth problem on that offensive line. So if Matt Nagy is going to rest all of his starters, absolutely. Rest them the entire preseason, but don't get mad at Kyle Long, because Kyle Long's value is going up by the second.
It might be time to order a couple fucking deep dish pizzas for Bradley Sowell again, huh? Fucking wait.
I'm telling you, Bradley Sowell is just not cutting it as a tight end. I think this
Lou Malnati's.
Yes, please, lots of Lou Malnati's. I think that the issue with Bradley Sowell, and I think it's pronounced Sowell according to Adam Hogue and Adam Johns. Anyways, I think the issue with Sowell is that he's overthinking.
Well, how can you not?
Yeah,
really.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean,
Jesus Christ, our backup quarterback's overthinking, and he's a 10-year vet at the same position. Fucker's stealing money at this point.
But that's the frustrating thing, Phil, is that we're asking them to do the basics, do basic blocking, do basic throwing, do basic shit, and they're not doing it. That's why the three of us and everybody in the chat room is frustrated, because we're not asking them to do anything out of the ordinary.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, real quick, is, this is a practice scrimmage. This whole week was completely weird for me, because then the Bears...
Howard's heading to the locker room.
Oh, jeez. Shayne texts me and there was a fight. Kyle Long gets thrown out of Bears practice scrimmage. I go, scrimmage? I go, they're having a scrimmage the week before they're playing the Giants on Friday night? Right then and there is all you have to know. So right on the field that you're all watching right now at home is an audition.
Yes.
It's an audition to be a part of what you're building now.
Yep.
Who steps up? The reason the three of us are concerned is because a position you just, cross a T or dot an I in the backup quarterback, you expect him to know the offense, deliver a fucking 3-yard out, slant, do these things, and he's not. He looks like shit. Then you're looking at the offensive line performance, and you're looking at some depth, and you're trying to figure out who's going to make this team on the 53 roster that 26 that are listed have already made. So tonight, based on, I'm sure, I don't know how concerned you two are with Kyle Long sitting at home. staying at home? Is that a message being sent to his ass from Matt Nagy based on the culture that they're trying to build? Or is this something else in regards? What are your thoughts on it? Nice sack here by Isaiah Irving.
And that was preceding that, Joe E.A. Buñue on a nice pass coverage play. Steven Zimmerman in the chat room is chastising us, saying, you guys make it sound like we're back to being the 2015 Bad Bears. And that's not at all what we're doing here, Zim. We're being honest and pointing out the bad, and we're going to talk about the good too. You know, that discussion.
We're talking about what we're seeing on the actual television.
Yeah, you can't hide a,
man, fucking Mac looked great last year. I mean, fucking awesome.
Chick does not go unnoticed at the prom.
And Steven thinks that we should breathe and relax. No, that's boring radio.
Steve. And any other Bear fan out there that wants to play, what is that game? When they play the opposite of what you say, Shayne, you always correct me with this word. What is it called? He's being a
contrarian.
Contrarian. Thank you.
Steven Zim with the points.
Fire just got hard. It got hard here and now. But no, I'm just saying, people want to be a contrarian. We're competitive people.
That's right,
Aldo.
That's right.
We want to see the growth of the culture. You don't want to see sloppy ass football. We're not saying. Have I said or has
for anything out of the? I'm asking Chase Daniel to complete a fucking slant pass.
Right.
Take a 3-step drop and make a decision on time. The same thing they're badgering Mitch Trubisky about. We all witnessed Giants game last season. This is a perfect irony here. Chase Daniel was the reason the Bears lost to the Giants and didn't get a first fucking round bye.
Exactly. Thank you, Draft Dr. Phil. And let me remind everybody that one of the things that we've been talking about at Bears Barroom on social media and so forth is we've been heralding the depth of this team. And right now, the depth has let us down. They've disappointed us. And so we have to grade them fairly. And we have to say, hey, we overestimated some of these guys. Certainly, the offensive line is not a place where you're going to applaud the depth there. And Nick Kwiatkowski, we all knew that Nick was having problems. We started talking about Nick's pass coverage problems in game 1 of last year against the Green Bay Packers. We saw night and day. Roquan Smith came in, and all of a sudden, problem solved. Everything in between the numbers was covered by Roquan, where Nick couldn't do anything last year in week 1. And what we have seen out of Nick Kwiatkowski so far in the preseason is that he deserves to be cut or traded immediately. Get a 7th-round draft pick if you can.
I don't even think you can get that. I mean, what is...
Well, his special teams prowess, because it is good, could get you something.
Yeah, conditional 7, I think, is what you're maxing out on there. Yeah, right, exactly. But I mean, we're just to go off of what you're saying. We're reacting to what we're seeing. What we're seeing tonight is not good. We're not saying that this is going to be a reflection of the 2019 Bears.
Absolutely not.
Top 26 guys are on the sidelines, but Tyler Brady's in year 7, and he's missing wide open players. What are we supposed to say?
Riley Ridley breaks open early in this game.
Yeah, missed him.
And Chase Daniel misses him. This is a veteran that's supposed to hit that. An NFL quarterback. Then your backup quarterback back-to-back is way off in anticipation with his throws deep. So what would you like us to focus on? All I could do is focus on what I'm being given on tape live right now. And it's poor at the quarterback.
Chicago Bears PR just sent out a tweet. Bears injury update number 16, Rashad Coward, elbow out.
Wow.
Elbow.
Okay.
We'll see.
Can you play offensive line with a bad elbow next week? Because he needs to work. Hopefully it's not broken. Anything before we get off the Kwiatkowski topic? Anything at all we want to add to that? Is his play at all salvageable? Does he still have a chance to make this team, given that he is probably one of the top special teams players on this team?
That would be it for me.
That's his freaking
special teams. I mean, as a defender, maybe if he to fill in and you get a couple of guys, but I mean, at this point, I'm
almost intercepted by the linebacker.
Jesus
there.
fucking Christ, Bray.
That's Glennon-esque. Staring him down. No, seriously.
Yeah,
That
staring
was
him down.
late and
Slow
outside
release.
the numbers. It's like, look where you should be throwing. Backside on a
Aldo's
slant.
killing me here. I was looking at Aldo and it contorted his whole face. I'm like, fuck, he really is having a heart attack this time.
I was having a stroke as I saw that pass by Bray.
Giant Stupar should be shot for not taking that one.
This is my biggest fault with Ryan Pace, with Matt Nagy. No reason that a 7-year veteran is getting these snaps in a preseason game with a guy he has no future in this league. He's not a backup quarterback. He's not a third string quarterback in the NFL. He's not.
No.
You got
mentally, he doesn't. Forget the arm talent. Somebody could throw a fucking ball 70 yards. That's fucking great for.
You guys have heard me
Madden.
talk about Philadelphia plenty. These guys are going down left and right in Philly, but you know what? They're going out there and they're looking like Clayton Thorson's coming in and making plays, throwing slant passes and throwing deep and hitting a guy in stride. Neither one of our guys, number 2 or number 3, have that ability. And so why are they? I don't get it.
It's sad to see. It's sad to see an NFL quarterback given an opportunity, to Shayne's point, where I think there's talented young quarterbacks that are better out there, whether they be in the CFL, or they be out on on another team's, as an undrafted. But what you're getting from, let me just say this for the record. The 2 deep balls Tyler Bray missed on top of this fucking out pass that he throws lazy is wasted reps that could be given to a potential young football player that's developing behind Trubisky. Shayne said it. I totally am fat. This is fucking putrid, what you're saying. A high school quarterback hits that 90 series.
How is watching this game right now tonight, Aldo? If you're a reporter and you're there, it's got to be the first fucking question out of your mouth in the press conference, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely, no doubt about it.
And I don't want to hear Matt Nagy get up there and sugarcoat anything. Well, no, there's no reason for it. None.
He doesn't.
He can't get up there and sugarcoat it. He's got to. You have to hold. Kyle Long is at home because he's being held accountable for his stupidity. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you need to send these guys home.
Was that the message?
Yeah, I do. I think so. I think it's a way that you nip it. There's 2 not positives, but there's 2 benefits. Mm-hmm. You're not going to risk any chance of Kyle Long getting hurt, which he probably wasn't going to play anyway, obviously. Mm-hmm. But then you're sending a message that, let's be honest, these guys these players look up to Kyle Long. He's the grizzled vet. He's a leader on this team. And if Matt Nagy's going to sit a guy like that down, then it trickles down like, holy shit, yeah, we're going to fall in line too. So, Aldo, you and I talked about that, just to touch on Kyle Long a little bit, when I texted you about what happened, and you were talking about anger management issues.
Yep.
And, I'm not going to overreact to fights in practice, but there is a fucking line where you couldn't go over. I mean, when you're ripping a dude's fucking helmet off and swinging at it and then firing it all the way down the field. Mm-hmm. And we've seen Kyle Long get really stupid penalties.
His father has talked about his anger issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to me it's a concern. And sometimes in post game interviews he looks like he's going to rip the head off of a reporter. I don't think he is, but he can be kind of surly sometimes. I think he can get a little moody sometimes. And he's talked about. Kyle Long himself has talked about how he needs to mature as a leader on the team, meaning he's got to lead in the locker room and in the practice field and so forth. And
but that's all talk.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. He failed that leadership component with his behavior this week. Now, nobody knows what this rookie was doing to him. Dalton was doing to him. He was screwing him in the ass and stuff, but you still don't take off your helmet and launch it at the guy.
Let me ask you this. This kid, Kyle Long, is heavy on talent. I'm talking one of the most athletic. When prior to his injury from the fucking fullback that only Dan Aguirre remembers. What was his fucking name, that fullback? Holy shit.
Which one was talking?
The one that he wrote songs about? Burton?
No, the fullback. We had a fullback that railroaded his leg. Remember? Someone in the chat will remember this fullback. I can't even remember his name. But he comes flying in, takes out Kyle Long, and he was the best in the game at that position. He's so athletic, so dynamic. And it's funny, with his personal issues and everything, with his temper, he was the face of our franchise.
Yeah, offensive guard. How many years do we talk about that?
Unbelievable how much he was teeter-tottering on, the greatness as well as the tendency to lose his shit. We saw it. His brother had to come in against the Rams. They were the St. Louis Rams on that. Remember that game?
Bonkers that game, yeah.
They went bonkers. And I've stood next to them. I'm a small guy, as you know. But he makes me look like a midget.
Second and 10 and Snell's dragging guys. Or who is it? Who is there?
That's Peterson.
Watch Clifton.
Yeah, why am I saying Snell? Jesus, yeah.
Now this team, the younger guys have not come out with a chip on their shoulder, passion. It looks like they've made a few plays. There's some guys that are ready for the challenge here tonight, but Duke Shelley early in the game has an easy fumble recovery he could have made. And he tries to scoop and score and fumbles. Right. Here's a teaching point now.
And he missed the tackle on the slant pass to Fowler. You can't miss those tackles. Nope. Somebody made a comment on Twitter. Well, he's young. It's a fucking tackle. It's a non-factor.
Exactly. He's been fucking tackling since he was 10.
That's your job description. Number one. Number two. This is what I was concerned. A lot of hype with this kid. I'm like, Buster screen, whatever we're calling him on the show.
He won't miss that.
He will not miss that tackle. And that's really what you got. That's why I want to see Shelley. He's still out there now, or was. I want to see his tackling and attacking ability. And we haven't seen it. Good close there by Bunaway, but not finishing.
Bunyoe. Hey, I want to get back to the offensive line for a moment here. Tooch is talking about how weak the swing tackle position looks, and we need to bring in some veterans. He says, well, the one thing that we need to remember is last year I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I thought that the offensive line had a really rough start to the first half or so of the season, and that by the end of the season, I was applauding the work of Harry Hiestand because there was continuous progress by the offensive line. And so I while we've been rough on these backups, it might just take some time for, some of these guys, even the veteran guys, to perform at a level that is acceptable for a backup. And so, come cut time, we'll be lucky. Because we'll be picking in the mid to late 20s in the waiver wire. We'll be lucky if a good offensive lineman, if there are any, fall to us.
Good offensive linemen don't hit the fucking waiver wire now.
Exactly.
I mean, there's 31 other teams that...
Did Spriggs get picked up, Shayne?
I don't know. I know they let him go in Green
Bay.
Green Bay
let go of Spriggs.
But that's the thing.
He's injured, Phil. No one's picked him up. He's injured.
There's 31 other teams that are going to be doing, looking for... Because, guys, you say what you want about Charles Leno and Bobby Massey. At least they're consistent. And there's most of the teams in the NFL don't have 2 offensive tackles that are consistent. It's a real issue within the NFL. Thank God we're talking about our backup swing tackle. This is a time for Alex Bars to step up, and this is the way that it is. If he dislocated his elbow and they're gonna IR Coward, it's gonna come to the forefront, and Bars is gonna have to step up. But I just don't see how you can.
I hope Rashad
offensive linemen just do not hit the waiver wire.
They don't.
I hope Rashad is okay.
Yeah, really.
That's what you gotta hope. Because I really was focused in on him alone, and I'm telling you, he played very good football in the first half. You wanted to see. I told you last week that was going to be the case with this kid because he played really well. That's not pass interference, ref, but throw the flag.
Yeah, review that one, Coach Nagy.
Yeah, I want to see this slow because this looked like great coverage by E.A. Boonaway. Look at him turn. Get the fuck out of here with that call. That isn't.
The only thing that they might have, did they get him on his left hand? Did he have him hooked?
Dude, if they call it on that left hand.
Yeah, and they didn't call it on the first one that Nagy challenged, then it would be inconsistent.
That was a terrible call. That was a great play in my mind.
Oh, I agree. I'm just trying to find out what they would be. Of course, we're not going to get a review.
Fucking challenge it, Nagy. Come on. Manning is giving, or whoever this quarterback is giving you another chance. Tanny is giving you another chance.
But like I was saying, Coward came out. The onus was on him. Aldo, Harry Heaston, he said exactly what we said, I'm sure. You play like shit. They put him up there. They put it on him. He came out here playing hard and playing fast and playing with good technique. You hope that he's not injured. But to this other point, there's going to be major cuts. And now you're looking at possible trades for backup offensive swing tackles if he's hurt, because that guy might not be there. And you'll have time, hopefully, barring any kind of injury to your starters, to get a swing tackle ready. But to Shayne's point, I wouldn't throw that out. They might be saying to Bradley, you know what, we might have to put you back because you know the playbook. You know that in a pinch. So we'll have to put the number on or whatever they're going to do. But to this point, a big cut down is going to come down. So you're looking at potential athletes that can play outside that you and your pro and college scouting directors. Nice play.
Yes.
Oh, what an
that's a touchdown, baby. And that's my boy. He gets
nice. Lost the gas. Aldo.
Quack, 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 quack. That's for Greg Braggs, who's been quacking all at Bourbonnais for Clifton Duck, who just comes up with a sensational diving interception and takes it, I don't know how many yards, over 50, I believe, and gets the Bears out of a tough situation. The Giants had the ball inside the 5. We're ready to score, and give some credit to some pass pressure by number 46. Who is that? James Walters, who's having a good game.
Walters is having a great game tonight.
Long-time veteran.
We could have used Clifton Duck on 4th and goal versus Philly in the playoffs, huh, Sheriff McManus? Same fucking play, just about.
McManus made a good play, peanut punch
tonight.
A fumble that Shelley didn't pick up. I wanted it's in my notes to make sure I mentioned him playing safety and being that swaggy, for lack of a better term, veteran. But the Duck making plays, Aldo, we've talked about him last week. We were so excited about this kid having the quick twitch. Shayne, quick twitch.
That was almost an epic.
And also having that toughness. You saw the playmaker, the confidence to lay out and make a fucking play. That's got to make Coach Pagano so excited. A secondary coach at heart, seeing guys attack the football in the air. A team that has 39 turnovers last year, to continue that, this young kid in the audition, the ultimate reality show. Duck is one of those guys that, I know Aldo loves The Bachelor. So this is the football version. He's getting a fucking football
coming out of
version.
this commercial break. If I'm Matt Nagy, I'm right up in Tyler Bray's face right now.
All goes.
Yeah.
All goes.
No, you're going deep here. Right
All
to the
goes.
fucking end. Yeah.
I
Just
agree.
take fucking one. Go attack and be aggressive here. Try to make a fucking play because I mean, come on.
Wims has
Poor
got
Marvin Hall. What's that? 3 fucking wide open touchdowns.
Marvin Hall would have a record night in preseason. His fantasy stock with the Goon and the Tooch would be going up.
Holy smokes.
While we're at break, I just want to say this publicly. I'm driving up to Rhode Island. Shayne Marsaw was texting Dan Aguirre, and Dan had a rough week. And Shayne, I look up in the morning, there are like 36 texts about Shayne telling Dan, we'll talk about it. Send it to Aldo. And I got to say, Aldo, you and Dan and what that show to me was tremendous.
Yes.
It was tremendous radio.
Yes.
It was so much fun to listen to. And I just want to shout you, Shayne, and Dan and his performance out tonight. It was just, I'm shouting you out, Al. I know you're going to say I did nothing.
I did.
But you did
nothing.
something. You made a decision to put it on our network. And to that, I thank you because I was thoroughly invested in what Dan was saying, and it was just great stuff. So I wanted to get that shout. See, I got my shout outs early, Shayne.
Yeah. Well, can we hold them to that, Aldo?
Yes. Let's do that. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted here because my daughter sent me a message. She doesn't know that I do radio for a living or that I'm on the air right now. So I'm just responding to her very quickly and getting back to the fact that Akeem Hicks is being interviewed right now. And I just want to play this new drop that I have.
I don't know how many times you're going to cut me off in the middle of my answers, but it's okay. I'm still here.
I got that one ready for you, Phil.
Yeah, I love that.
That is so good. I got the whole clip. I'll send it to you, Phil, because that whole thing with Akeem Hicks telling David Hall to stop fucking interrupting me is priceless.
Have you seen video of that?
Yes.
Or has anybody?
Yes.
What was the reaction on Haw's face?
Total non-committal.
Blank stare.
Yeah, blank stare. Like, it was either I don't want to make this guy mad at me, or I'm just going to shut up and I'll talk about it later when he's gone. That kind of thing. It was priceless.
Gareth White not looking good on that run.
David Hall I don't get it, David. I don't. But to Akeem's credit, just keeping it 100. Hopefully we can get him back on 100 proof for his return. Because I just love that interview and the fact that he said that. But again, thank you again for the great stuff you guys are putting out. The Barfly Tailgate Show, the original. Finally, a nice throw to your boy, Aldo. You've been talking about this kid at camp, running routes. Mm-hmm. Your boy Tanner Gentry. I know Greg Braggs
fell off of his couch.
I think Greg Braggs.
I hate the fact that he had to jump for that, but
I would love to talk to Tanner and say, hey, can you give me your jock? I want to give it to Greg Braggs. And I bet you Greg would wear it like that guy in that Batman movie. Wears that thing on his face.
That smells very nice.
He loves himself some Tanner Gentry. We've got a first and goal here for the offense. They've moved the ball up and a handoff to none other than your boy.
Look at White.
Kareth. Do you say Kareth or Kareth? Kareth White takes it close to the goal line. Now they need to bring in Ryan Nall to punch it in.
Great move with two guys. Breaks 3 tackles.
He almost got a little bit too loose there at the end, though. I was worried he was going to fumble.
He tried to reach the ball. But
he's a special player, White is. There's no doubt about it. He had a beautiful kickoff return or a punt return. It was a kickoff return, wasn't it?
Yeah, return.
That was called back from
103 yards. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Did you see the kicker on the kick return?
He's got one-on-one down here.
Is he in? Is he in?
He's in. He crossed the line.
I think that this needs to be reviewed. I will say this, going back to the topic that you mentioned regarding our guy, Dan Aguirre. This guy is a special dude in so many ways. And I actually that's over. The ball is over the goal line. Yeah. Review this and let's put the points up on the board. But Dan Aguirre, for so many reasons, but I'll keep it professional right now. As a storyteller, he is magnificent.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of stories to tell. And so I've told him he's got an open invitation for whatever he wants to do at the barroom. If he wants to do more of these specials or if he wants to get on a weekly show, we'll find room for him. But he's a very special talent. And then regarding him personally, I mean, I can wax poetically, any one of us can, about what a special guy he is too. So I just wanted to say that before I forget.
Yeah, and one more thing just on Dan. I mean, I haven't seen it, but Phil said he's got a huge cock. So
I'm a huge motherfucking barfly.
There he is. There he is.
That's
hilarious. Voice Bears barroom.
Oh man. Okay, so the play is being challenged, and that's got to be a booth challenge, right? Because
all scoring plays.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
they didn't give it a score, did they? Did they have?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. So it has to be a Bears challenge. Fucking Phil knows the rules.
Sometimes.
Oil Pan Willie says that I listened to that 85 Bears podcast 4 times now. I can't get enough of it. Oil Pan Willie, you are a special guy. To listen to that 4 times, I got to give you some props, brother. But he is good.
What?
You don't know who Oil Pan Willie is?
No, I said I don't know about listening to him 4 times, but I love
it's a great screen name though, Oil Pan.
I love that too. Yeah.
I love this name, yeah.
Okay, I want to, while we're waiting for the call, I want to talk about who impressed you guys in the first half, because we need to make Steven Zimmerman happy here. Was there anybody in the first half that you said, okay, he had a first half? That's a keeper. This guy's a keeper.
Ryan Nall running the ball impressed me with some authority there. That he had a 12. Yeah, I was really shows you how invested we are in every snap, even in preseason. On that third, there it is, touchdown. They reversed it.
Oh, they're good.
So
that was an easy call.
There's somebody on this fucking panel that loved that white junior kid. But anyway, what I was saying.
I liked him.
Yeah, I think Ryan Nall needed to step up after last week. I was pretty disappointed in his showing last week. But that third and short was at 3rd and 1, and he busted off 12. I was hoping that something like that would happen. But I mean, that's the initial guy that comes to mind for me, Aldo. If I'm going to point out a positive, but still going to be tough. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens at running back. Or how they want to use him, because I think he's got talent to be used on this roster.
Yep.
Is it going to be specifically as a running back? No, I think his versatility, putting him in at fullback, H-back type guy is his way to the roster. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it because I like Kareth White, but I can't give up on explosiveness like that on special teams and a guy that can come in and, take a toss sweep to the house and change a game.
Absolutely.
Like,
now, let me ask you guys this. Do you think that the battle now could include Marvin Hall? And what I mean by that is we know Emmanuel Hall is no longer on the team. He was unceremoniously dropped. And so Marvin Hall is playing for that 7th wide receiver position. Could the Bears keep 5 running backs and 6 receivers, or it's more likely 4 running backs and 7 receivers.
If that's the case, I think you can stash Ryan Null on the practice squad and feel fairly safe about it.
That's a good point. Look at Marvin. Speaking of Marvin Hall, look at him working for a job on special teams on a tackle there.
That's the second time, man. What is up with these jerseys stretching out like fucking Acme fucking Looney Tunes style? Did you see the one last week too? It was stretched out like 10 feet.
Yeah, it ripped.
Yeah.
Make 100 proof great again.
Do it, Dan. Let's do it.
Way to go, Dan. 6-play drive, 37 yards, 3 minutes and 28 seconds results in that Kareth White touchdown. And so that's good to see. It's good to see the second stringers, third stringers get on the board here. Let's hope that the defense now can create another turnover and get this team a win.
I think answering your question, and then I want to go back to who, for me, stood out in the first half. But to answer your question, last year they kept Cohen, Cunningham, Jordan Howard, Mike Burton. Was there another running back that I'm missing?
Mizell.
Tyquan Mizell. So that's 5 backs. Think about that. They also had how many receivers? They had
the
Gabriel,
53. Yeah, because
Miller, Allen Robinson.
Because Wims did not make the initial 53, though, did he? Wasn't he?
Yes, he did. He did.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did.
He dropped the interception. 31.
Mincy?
Your boy, Mincy.
He dropped one last week, too, right?
Yes, he did.
So let's do it again. Wims.
You're right, Adam. Oh, you know what happened there is Sherrick McManus kind of interfered with his sight.
Still got to catch it.
Yeah, you still got to catch that ball. Absolutely. I mean, it basically hit him in the face. So you gotta see that ball in.
They kept 4 tight ends last year.
Yes.
You had Broniker, Brown, Shaheen, Trey Burton. You kept 7 wide receivers last year.
But Shaheen was on.
Oh, nice catch.
Pup.
Oh my
God. You know what? I need to keep my fucking mouth shut because I gave John Franklin III some love on Twitter, and since then he's been burned left and right.
Tonight on the touchdown, and then this play.
I just should just keep my fucking mouth shut.
The guy that I thought played really well in the beginning, the first half, was Rashad Coward. We wanted to see that swing tackle, the athleticism, the toughness, everything we loved about him at Bears Bar. We had him on the show, and he came out there and did. So now you get concerned about his injury, but I really thought he had played a really good first half. I was excited about that.
Now,
that was a hell of a catch.
Shayne, you would know this. Does Franklin III have a practice squad eligibility?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a rookie last year. I mean, he wasn't on. Did they bring him up? Was he up on the active 53 at all?
I don't think so.
Because he was a wide receiver, and you got to remember this dude was a
quarterback,
coined as an athlete, and then out of the blue they're moving him to cornerback. So I mean, he's a kid that I think is going to be earmarked again for the practice squad along with Denmark. I think there's going to be a couple high upside DBs down there.
This kid Duck is really putting himself in a position to be in the final 353 discussion.
Let me tell you something that at camp I would compare Duck's performance to equal that of Duke Shelley, who has had a good camp. So if you are really, if you're really serious about best player mentality, those are the guys that we keep, then these next 2 preseason games and what remains of this one, it could be a tough test for both these cornerbacks who will be fighting for a job. I don't care if Shelley was, a 5th-round draft pick or whatever the investment was. Clifton Duck has looked really fucking good.
Yep. Well, it's another testament. Ryan Pace has shown the ability to find these guys. How many people out there were so worried about losing the kid to Denver, Why am I blanking on his name? The one that never stayed healthy. Callahan.
Right. Bryce Callahan.
But now you're coming back. The Nagy spoke about Buster Screen back when we were playing the Jets last year. Then you go out and you get Duke Shelley. Now you unearth a guy like Clifton Duck. And that's exactly what you have to do on a roster like this that has some high-end players that are, eating up a large portion of the cap. And guys in the secondary get fucking paid big money, real big money. And, we all know my feelings on Prince Amukamara, this being his last year in Chicago. You have a lot of young upside, young guys with upside that have a ton of talent to mix into this secondary. And it's a testament to Josh Lucas and to Ryan Pace and to all these guys scouting, bringing them in.
And Ryan Pace told Fox Sports before the game, talking to Lou Canellis, who is, by the way, committed to come on one of our shows. He told Lou Canellis that one of the stars of the organization is the scouting team, and there's no doubt about that. But I would forewarn Ryan Pace to try to keep that a secret as much as possible. Don't be advertising your scouting, because that's where general managers come from, the scouting department. There's a touchdown for the Giants as the running back there just weaves through the middle of the field, totally untouched.
Linebackers false stepped.
Yeah, linebackers have
safety and corner or flat-footed. Your boy again, John Franklin, made a business decision. We call this.
Look at that fucking hole that the offensive line created for number 23 of the Giants. That was fucking nice. I saw it when Draft Dr. Phil was here in Chicago. We took him over to Peyton Hill, and I got some video of that I need to put together, but that's exactly how Draft Dr. Phil ran up that hill, the way that number 23 did with the excellent moves and stuff.
I'm sure it was a fucking carbon copy.
I got some speed, check.
He does, man. And he's even leaner. And he's even leaner now.
Yeah, I got to run it again. I got to come back.
Let's get this guy to Chicago. Let's get Shayne and Phil to Chicago. Let's open up one of them fucking.
Could we get it?
One of those accounts. What are those accounts? Those websites.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFund.
Phil's got his own. It's called a GoFund Phil.
Yeah.
.com.
Listen, if you have 4 kids and you work check for check,
I know.
You're goddamn
hey,
Phil,
right. I got.
GoFundMe.
I got your shirt at camp.
You got me, son?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at it.
That for me? Because I fucking love it.
That's for you, baby. And I got you something else, too. I got you a mold of my...
You're talking about what Robert Kraft got.
So who's going to be returning this kick? Is it going to be my boy?
Oh, it's got to be.
Got to put it back there, right?
Are they going to put it back again? I would like that.
You got to. Oh, number 37 is back there.
Yeah. Jonathan Franklin III.
The fastest guy in the team, you think?
Karras?
I think White is the fastest guy in the team.
I think it would definitely be between those two.
Marvin Hall says he's the fastest.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah,
what about Tariq Cohen?
And then I asked Marvin Hall. Actually, the way I asked Marvin Hall was this way. I said, after you, Marvin, who is the fastest guy in the team? And he said, definitely Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh, that'd be a great race.
I used to love when the NFL did those contests. Fastest man. Fuck the Pro Bowl. That game
totally agree. Totally agree.
Somebody had that on Twitter today. Told them to bring back the quarterback challenge.
Yes, the quarterback challenge, Aldo. The fucking fastest man in every team sends their fastest.
Yes.
And you have like a fucking bracket. Like the March Madness.
Yes.
And then they run, and then you find out who the fucking fastest is in the NFL. I used to love, even when the Summerall and Madden would come, he was the fastest man in the NFL. He's the fastest. Darryl Green for years was the fastest man in the NFL.
Did you just read that from Tooch in the chat room? Because he posted Darryl Green won a lot of those at the very same time those words came out of your mouth. That was funny.
Me and Tooch. Let me Let me get a tooch drop for you, Aldo.
Oh, you got a tooch drop for me.
I got a tooch drop for you.
I'm doing good. I'm happy.
Of course you are, dude.
That's great.
I fucking love Tooch.
Doing good. Happy.
Tooch has a great radio voice. Also, he just needs to cut out the ahs.
Oh,
In the job. In Iowa.
Wow.
I got a Tooch song that we have to premiere.
Yeah,
or
Tooch is
maybe
gonna be
tonight. Maybe I could send it to you. It is done.
Oh, send it. Put it in the
wanna
Dropbox.
send it?
I'll play it. Yeah, absolutely.
The Tooch song.
Yes.
Compliment to your boy over here, Tooch.
Yes. Shayne's idea came to life through Drafts Dr. Phil. Got another song too tonight. We got songs. We got fucking preseason football. We're getting you ready for the regular season on Bears 100 Proof.
Beautiful
nice
pass.
Catch again by
Tanner
your boy.
Gentry again, a beautiful pass from Chase Daniel. He took a 5-step drop. He leaned back and just fucking fired that ball to Tanner Gentry.
You said Chase Daniel.
Did I?
I did? Or did he?
Tyler Bray. Whoever said it, it was wrong.
Hey, McClellan. Fuck it.
Remember who messed his name up like 4 times in one show? McClendon.
The McClendon
McPhillips.
Day.
I'm so glad that fucker is not playing with us. Number one, for that reason. Number two, because he sucked.
Oh my God.
You notice that I only fuck up names of people who suck. I've never messed up Khalil Mack's name.
Exactly. You never did. You even got E.A. Boonaway's name correct.
We gotta
had a good night tonight.
We got to replay the September 1st 100 proof when we traded for Mac on September 1st. You got to replay that on
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. September 1st
Shayne
is
has
a
good ideas,
Sunday.
and Aldo just like fucking blows you off on that.
I know.
I forgot about that bullshit.
I don't write this shit down.
That's a fucking awesome idea. 3 months later, Aldo. Yeah.
I need a production assistant. Anybody out there want to be my production assistant? I had a good one, and some of my partners here scared her off.
Zimmerman.
I'm not saying anything.
Don't say anything. Don't say a word.
I'm drinking lemon water. It is delicious.
All right. So we got a 3rd down and 10 now from
the Tooch song,
42. And it's Tyler Bray backing up. He's got plenty of time to throw.
5 step. He's taking his. Oh, fucking effort, though. That kind of Mike Glennon-esque.
It is. It's exactly what he
effort.
looks like in that. Yeah, he
like-
does.
Be a quarterback.
Let me tell you
Throw
something.
that ball.
I am asking everybody who, all these diehard Bears fans who watch the game a second time, sometimes even third time, if you're going to watch this game again, after this 3rd down and 10 play at the 13-18 mark of the 4th quarter, the camera is going to go to Mitch Trubisky, David Montgomery, and Adam Shaheen on the sideline. The looks on their faces after what they saw Tyler Bray do on that play says it all.
I gotta see it. I'll rewind. Shayne, you should rewind and take a pic of it. Tweet it out there. A picture says 1,000 words.
Oh, wait, I don't think that you're not on the NFL Network feed though, aren't you? On your local feed.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I'm on the local feed.
You have
so
to
you didn't
do
see
it, Aldo.
All right, I will take care of that for you.
You'll forget. Don't worry.
I promise.
December 18th. Aldo's like, oh, you guys remember that show?
I sent you the Tooch song.
Oil Pan Willie says, I like how Nagy seems to be feeling out the pass interference changes, like he's figuring out what he should and shouldn't challenge. It's a great time to do it, and that is absolutely correct. He said it after last week's game, that the referees need work too, and so why not put them to work on some of these challenge calls? Okay, I'm going to look for that in the Dropbox here.
It's in the drops file.
In the drops file. All right.
You see it under the term strawberry will be a key. Key.
Tooch is like, God damn it. God damn it.
Tooch, at least you get your own Draft Dr. Phil song, finally.
Yeah, I mean,
That's right.
How many people can say that? Everybody.
Not everybody.
Zimmerman's been shut out.
Why the hell do I have to sign into Dropbox? What the fuck's going on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Aldo.
But I was smoking fucking reefer.
Again, he is back. No, I really like E.A. Boonaway as well tonight. You wanted to see some. I don't think that was a pass interference call on him, showing the talent and the speed. Again, he plays really well on special teams. So to your point earlier, Aldo, Kwiatkowski and his ability to not shine, again, be a detriment here is concerning for somebody that everyone, including myself, would think there would be improvement of focus going into this season on some of his weaknesses, and he'd come back leaner and more twitchy like you saw on his college tape. His instincts were there, his being in the right place. He's the opposite of that. So it's disappointing on that level to see what kind of play Kwiatkowski, where E.A. Boonaway has completely outplayed him. I really want to see Josh Woods tonight and see what he does as well.
Is it called the Strawberry Shake song?
Yes. Yes, I said strawberry.
Sorry.
It's making a strawberry shake.
They both lived in a sort of fantasy world.
Strawberry shake.
You guys hear me?
Hey, it's beautiful.
It's making a strawberry shake.
You guys hear me?
It's making a strawberry shake. Strawberry shake.
They call him Tooch.
It's making a
I'm doing good.
strawberry shake.
Happy.
It's making a strawberry shake.
A relationship in text. Sociopathic, psychopathic. Fantasy item. They both lived in a sort of fantasy world. I've got a boyfriend. I wake up to his messages every day. Hey, it's beautiful.
Strawberry shake. Strawberry shake. Strawberry shake.
It's not just a no, it's a hell no.
Strawberry shake. Strawberry shake.
A relationship in text. Sociopathic, psychopathic.
Santucci's about to lose his shit.
This is unbelievable. That is not very nice.
He's making a strawberry shake. Making a strawberry shake.
Third cross, undrafted free agent.
No. Got a boyfriend. I wake up to his messages every day. Beautiful.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I haven't figured out what's going on.
For Tooch's sake, you better listen to the pod. Damn right, Shake's better than yours. So good, you might have to charge if you listen.
Sociopathic, psychopathic.
For Tooch's sake, you better listen to the pod. Damn right, Shake's better than yours.
Hey, it's beautiful.
You might have to charge if you listen. You're gonna
I'm doing
go
good.
far. For
I'm happy.
Tooch's sake, you better listen to the pod. Damn right, Shake's better than yours. So good, you might have to charge if you listen. You're gonna
It's
go
beautiful.
far. For Tooch's sake, you better listen to the pod. Damn right, he's better than yours.
He's making a strawberry shake.
Doing good. I'm happy.
What the fuck happened to the goon?
Hey, it's beautiful.
Make a strawberry shake. You better listen to the fucking two scoop, you motherfucker.
I haven't figured out what's going on.
Yep. Someone's fucking babysitting. Quiet in the studio.
Draft out to Phil.
So good, you might have to charge if you listen.
I mean, she's got some great tails. I mean, she's got some great tails. I haven't figured out what's going on. Yep. Phil.
Fantasy.
It's making a strawberry shake.
What the fuck?
It's making a strawberry shake.
He's making a strawberry shake.
It's making a strawberry shake.
Oh, brilliant work. Brilliant. I mean,
I was
truly.
talking, Phil and I were both at work one day. We were on the phone, and I think didn't Joe text us the.
Yeah, he's like, we got a
shake?
classic drop. Shout out to Joey Two Scoops.
He played that, and oh god, what the fuck?
Oh, Madonna mia.
Come on, kid. I'm like, Phil, are you hearing this? And he's like, what? I'm like, you heard the drop that Joe just sent us, right? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, So we're gonna do the fucking milkshake song, right? For fucking dude. She's like, holy shit, yes. It was like literally that day. And I think that was, what was it, the next day when we incorporated Elvis.
Yeah, we got Elvis to say he's making a strawberry shake.
That only took 15 minutes.
So I had to piece all these pieces of Tooch and the Goon and Tooch and the stream. I have a stream and put it together to come with this song for Tooch for him to use. It's a lot of fun, and it's all fun here to joke around about our personalities in the bar room. So he needed a song, our boy Johnny Santucci.
He's my man, Johnny Santucci, moving to Iowa. He and I are going to get together and just, go to strip bars and get drunk before he does that whole thing. Hey, I'm looking at the FoxSports.com box score, and they've got Trubisky as having completed a pass for 10 yards. They got Tyler Bray at 4 for 11 for 44 yards, and they got Chase Daniel at 12
According
for 18.
to Evan Silva, it was the worst thrown pass all fucking night.
Did you see? There's a Green Bay Packer fan by the last name of Silva who I was having some interaction with. Yesterday.
I jumped in there and then I jumped out just as quick. Last night.
Some of these Packer fans, yesterday the Packers were playing and they looked horrible. That team is just going to have a dismal season, which just amazes me that there are prognosticators saying that they're going to win the NFC North. It's not going to happen. There's no way it's going to happen. And so anyway, the Packer fans, they know that it's not going to happen, and so they are hyper fucking sensitive because that's the most entitled fan group of all time. And I don't say that, to be mean or to be, just to do it out of rancor because I'm a Chicago Bears fan. No, I say that because I know a lot of Green Bay Packers fans, and they admit that they feel entitled. And wouldn't you if you had Brett Favre for 15 years and then you had Aaron Rodgers for another 12 years? Yeah, you feel a sense of we should be winning. And so right now, their sense that we're not going to win, even though we have Aaron Rodgers, is making them really fucking bitter. And so they are very defensive about every little joke that's put up on Twitter now, and it's fun. It's fun to fuck with them, I will admit. All right, Taylor Bray completes
Taylor Swift's cousin. He's playing like Taylor Swift.
Marvin Hall he ain't making this team on special teams, man. I'll tell you that. The way that he's looked tonight. There's bad plays, and then there's just fucking stupidity.
Frankly, I don't think Marvin Hall is going to make this team.
Yeah,
I don't.
Is that you're taking your shot here?
Well, what we have to do a show where we predict the 53, which is before the official announcement. We'll have some fun. We'll go on Mixler and make our predictions. But right now, that's what I'm predicting.
And get up the field.
Right.
You got to know where the frickin' sticks are. He makes the great move inside. Yeah. Of course, we're getting the fucking replay of Russell. I don't know why. But we
slap in the back of his helmet. Good job.
That's really good job. Can we see the fucking third down play, NBC, here? Or second down, rather, in short? Tanner comes inside, outside, doesn't get up the field. He tries to go back door again. I'll put that up. This is going to be hard for Tate Neverline. Oh, Aldo's a minute ahead of us.
Giants ball.
Our boy, your boy, Taekwon Mazzell with a fumble.
Is it?
Playing tailback again in a critical spot.
Why are they doing this?
Why isn't Ryan Nall in the game?
I have no idea.
Why is Taekwon Mazzell carrying the ball on 3rd and short?
If you want another running, you move this kid to wide receiver. You want another running back, then cut him and bring in another running back. You know what I mean?
Especially in this situation, perfect time. Look at Nall, 67, terrible job going on the inside zone. He doesn't reach his man. He's actually coming back. Oh,
terrible.
It's frustrating. Only because it's the simple things. This is simple football. Simple football. Sam Mustafer not showing you what you want to see there.
Sam isn't making this team, and I had high hopes for him, but it's not going good for him. Oil Pan Willie says that he lives in Wisconsin and that his buddies there are Packers fans are all getting nervous about the Bears. Their shit talking is at a minimum after last year. I don't blame them.
I think deep down inside they fucking know.
Yeah,
the Chicago's a better team, like you said, and it's the same thing with Bukowski. I mean, Jesus Christ,
you put him down on the line. You beat him last year for the They still had an opportunity to make the playoffs, if you remember.
Yep.
If you have if you have the opportunity to fucking run the fucking score up on Green Bay in week 1,
you got to do it.
Absolutely,
I fucking do it and send the message right there, because that team right now is literally teetering on the brink of implosion, and you could end it week 1 if you go out and kick them in the balls and send a message like that.
Times they are a-changing.
Right. The Giants are threatening here. They are inside the 30-yard line with 8:25 to go in the fourth quarter, and they are nursing a 12-point lead.
Nursing it?
I'm not paid to do play-by-play.
Well, let's talk about this, guys. We're here, second preseason game for your Bears. And something that just irritates me, if you're going to go to this philosophy, and I'm talking about sitting all these players, get rid of the 4 fucking games.
Got to.
Thank you.
You got to get rid. It's ridiculous. People are paying to see this. These are guys that are fighting for maybe 3 roster spots that are open, and then other guys that have the coaches already know that have made the team. So I love every single solitary play of the game, but
what are you doing?
There's certain things.
So fucking late.
Like
it was
43 doing that dumb shit that you don't need to see. We don't. Is 43 making this team? I don't even know his name.
Is that Jabowu?
Yeah, that's Doyen Jabowu.
Jabowu, your ass.
You gave up the first down. The dude's 3.5 yards out of bounds, and you just give him 15 more. Bring your coach needs to see you. Bring your iPad.
Well, what's his name was involved in that? Jamar Thurman too. I mean, he pushed the quarterback out of bounds too.
I just think 2 preseason games is enough to get you ready.
Obviously, that's what everybody else thinks. I mean, obviously, Matt Nagy's of that philosophy.
The inter-squad, you practice with another football team that you're playing that week, all week long, and then you scrimmage.
Oh, Jesus. He's gonna get
43 again.
Almost had an interception there on an errant throw. Actually, it hit off the hands of the Giants tight end and number 43, Doyen Jabowu.
So, how long is it going to take Betts to go back to Edmonton or whoever the fuck drafted him third over? He's literally showed
nothing. Nothing.
Betts?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they play 2 yards off the line of scrimmage in Canada, and it looks like he's still playing that way. It's just
trying to be rude to Canadian players.
It's not good. It's not good. It's funny how we all get psyched up about some of these undrafted free agents that are signed, but 9 times out of 10 they end up being duds. What the hell's that?
Fucking Elmo's batteries are low.
That's my dog.
It's your dog?
Dragging his ass across the carpet.
Start digging.
Dry humping
Labs
Elmo?
start digging. No, there's no dry.
The player, boys.
You're in a new position there, Phil. You look like you got a brand new microphone. What's going on?
You didn't clean the couch.
Yeah, I had to move because in our neighborhood, for some reason, in Connecticut, we have the game blacked out on the NFL Network because NBC in New York is carrying the game. Then on 30 in Connecticut, which is our NBC affiliate, they're playing The Bachelor or some other shit tonight. So it's like I can't get it, and then they put the game on 395. So they won't let me stream it to my computer. So I had to move my whole computer over to the television area. These are the things I do for you barflies.
Well, the Giants have scored now and are attempting an extra point to make it 32-13. Who caught that touchdown pass? Let's see. It was
Yeah, they're replaying it right here.
All waiting desperately. 89. The Giants.
Yeah.
And there was Loletta who threw the touchdown.
Dickerson.
I think Bobby brought it up at one point. If Loletta is let go in New York, if they're going to go with 2,
yeah,
I think Bobby brought it up a couple of weeks ago.
It's all over the chat room too.
Original Barfly tailgate show. By the way,
I would. That would be a kid that I would look at. I agree with Bobby on that. Get somebody in here that's got. I mean,
what like a moxie about them? A want. Like, you know what it is about Chase Daniel?
You talk about this is what drives me crazy, and every rep matters. Every rep matters. I understand the guys that aren't playing. I totally get it. But these reps do matter here. And what the fuck is it? What are you getting with Tyler Bray?
Nothing.
So this right here is just
you're not even getting a good look for your receivers. You're getting an awful. He can't hit the deep ball. I've never seen a fucking NFL quarterback miss 2 deep balls with wide open.
I mean,
wide open.
Lennon didn't even miss it last night. He had a 75-yard touchdown, 72 yards, whatever it was.
Yeah,
he hit the guy. Tyler Bray.
It's a millisecond late.
Yeah, it's a millisecond. Yeah, I mean he's essentially Joe Montana. I mean, but everything's just been a fucking millisecond late.
But this dude is like 20 milliseconds late. This guy's late, like my dog digging a hole again.
Dog sounds like he's in the heat.
Throw him Elmo. See what happens.
I'm just I'm on Twitter just to see what some people are saying about Chase Daniel. I get that he's just a backup, but man, I really hope Chase Daniel never has to play a meaningful snap for this team ever again. That's from Year of Yohan. And that's the prevailing opinion throughout Twitter about Chase Daniel. No love for Chase. And let me look to see what they're saying about the other guy, Tyler Bray.
Oh, God. I just opened up Twitter, and the first 2 things that I saw, one from Jason Lizer.
Yeah.
After an 0-2 start in the preseason, is it time to push the panic button in Chicago? My column. And then Mark Potash says, fun fact, no team has ever gone winless in the preseason and won the Super Bowl. I love Chicago media. They're the fucking best. Oh, my God.
Eric Root says, Tyler Bray at quarterback makes Chase Daniel look like Peyton Manning. Yeah, it's not good with the backup quarterback situation, and it's too bad. I think somebody in our chat room, I forgot who it was, but they suggested that maybe Matt Nagy can be player coach and be the backup quarterback because, frankly, he's looked a lot better in camp than any one of the 2 backups we have.
Who was that writer, Shayne? I missed the name that said that.
The first one?
Yeah, about
the panic button. Yeah, I think he's just being facetious when he's
being sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, Potash wasn't. I mean, he's a bowl of fucking happiness anyway.
No offense to Mark Potash, who has been on Bears Barroom Radio and so forth, but Potash is a sports reporter for the Chicago Sun-Times, and he's just not an expert at any one of the major sports that he carries. He does a nice job of asking questions at press conferences and has a decent opinion, but he doesn't know the game of football. He doesn't know the game of baseball, basketball, hockey, and so forth. And it shows, when he's on Twitter, he should just kind of keep to his very witty comments and stuff. And it just bugs me that sports writers who really don't know about sports, the intricacies of the game, are sharing opinions that have no value.
Right.
Sorry, Mark.
Potash was on Twitter the other day making comments, about the Bears, and somebody asked him why he's only commenting on anything, any of the negative, and not talking about any of the positive. And of course, in typical Chicago media fashion, he fired back with, "It's called objectivity. You should try it sometime."
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I replied to Mark and I said, "Well, if we're being objective, can you list the plays for us that Mitch was told to push the envelope against an elite defense that there's no game plan for because it's practice? If you're just assuming that all plays in training camp are equal to actual games, then whatever." And Cars just sent out a tweet and said the best way to survive preseason is to never get too high with the good plays and never too low with the bad plays. And that's that is a great point. But tonight's obviously.
I'm getting smoked out of this one. Smoke. I guess he got his nickname because he can't fucking hold on to the football.
Taquan Mizell has indeed fumbled for the second time in this game.
Second time.
And Oil Pan Willie, who's going to get an award for the chat room comments of the night, is asking the question, why is he back at running back? I thought he was a wideout now. Oil Pan Willie.
That would be my first question, second question at the press conference. I'd be like, why is he playing running back, coach?
Yeah. Well, is that a good sign in your eyes for Ryan Null and Kareth White making the 53? They're not in there.
Yep, that is exactly correct. It means to me that Matt Nagy is protecting these guys. That's what it means to me. He doesn't want them to get hit. He's not happy with the offensive line. He just wants to. And these guys probably got a lot of work on Wednesday when they had that simulated game. So he's just being really cautious with the snaps for these guys.
But at this point, I caught him tonight, and then I just bring in another running back.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Ryan Kirkland Billings, our man from the Barfly Tailgate Show, says someone has to play running back next week. Though, yeah, you're absolutely right.
You got 2 more of these games. We're not playing anybody here.
Let's not forget that the same guy that just fumbled those 2 balls was in on a 2nd and 5 play in the playoff game versus Philadelphia. Same guy.
What are you trying to do to me, man? Make me drink?
Mizell. Wow. I can't believe he's getting those snaps.
You guys are probably not seeing this in your New York feed, but fucking Matt Nagy does not look happy in his sideline.
Well, he shouldn't.
All we've seen is a giant sideline shot.
Dan Aguirre just said, "I hope they make that fucker walk back to Chicago at this point." Talking about myself.
Taquan, here's the bus ticket back. Oh, look at this open run by number 23 of the Giants. He's finally tackled by Josh Woods. But not after a first down inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal to go for the Giants, who are looking to really beat the shit out of the Bears tonight. This will make Packer fans happy. And another missed tackle. Who was that? Number 38.
Duck.
Our man Clifton Duck, who's had a great game, but unfortunately had a bad angle at the ball carrier.
Yeah. It was a tough play. The bad is 31, not knowing what you have. Yeah. Gap.
I was hoping to see more out of Chuck Harris too so far through these 2 games. Yeah. He is non-existent, just like Betts.
Betts had a play the play before.
Have you guys seen much of your guy number 57, Pierre Lewis?
No.
He didn't even. Did he dress?
I don't
tonight?
think. No, I think.
That means
I think he's making
team.
this roster.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought he was excellent in my tape review of the game. Mm-hmm. He was really astounding in the fact that there's no false steps.
He's a guy that can, if something happened, he's a guy that can get you through a game or 2.
Exactly.
He's not going to make a bunch of splash plays, but he's also not going to run over like Kwiatkowski.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Minter.
Yeah.
Remember Barry Minter?
Absolutely.
Number 92.
There you go. He steps in there and he's just solid.
Great play. That's what he is. By number 71.
Is that
Jonathan Harris?
Jonathan Harris, yeah. He's been active this drive.
Yeah. Gets through a block and stops the ball carrier at the 4-yard line. Who's that ball carrier, number 23? He's played well tonight.
That Perkins, right?
Yeah.
From UCLA?
No, that's Hillman. John Hillman.
Oh, they just put it up. Yep. Yeah, I think that. Do they still have Perkins?
Yeah. He was playing earlier. He had the big run on the screen. The reality here is, again, back to reality and auditioning to make the football team as well as the 10-man practice squad. The kickers tonight. Fry missed a kick, Aldo. Our guy, Pinheiro, made all of his kicks. So now, from last week where the Pinheiro buttons of panic were pushed, now do you start concerning yourself again with this kicker situation? Fry being a guy that missed again in the critical moment in the scrimmages. Are you concerned?
Ryan Kirkland Billings in the chat room said, look at my tweet where I'm retweeting a sports writer who is saying, Jason Lusser is writing, after an 0-2 start in the preseason, is it time to push the panic button in Chicago, my column? So I apologize, Phil, but
that's the one that I just commented on like a few minutes ago. I think he wrote that just because I think it's just being facetious, don't you? Just kind of being a.
Well,
I don't think he's being
I'm not
serious.
gonna fucking clickbait it. I'm not going to go to his column. That's for fucking sure. Because
no. It doesn't even have a link for his column. He just I think he just wrote that out there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I think he's just being
facetious.
Wise ass.
My
you guys
bad.
not listening to me talk about this for 10 fucking minutes?
Ryan Billings.
Minutes ago.
I multitask, so sometimes things fall.
This is a good point with it for the smoke and fucking reefer drop.
He actually skipped over my kicker question as well. Let's give him this.
Oh, Mom. Mom called me today, and those were her exact words. Oh, Lordy. You got to laugh at tonight's game.
Are the kickers, is the kicker waiver wire going to be this week now?
No.
I don't think so. Dan was asking us that both, Phil. I think at this point it's going to be one of these guys, and if it's me, whoever makes it, the other guy is going straight to my fucking practice squad if he's available to do so.
I agree. I think you have to carry a kicker.
Aldo doesn't agree?
No, I don't, because I think there will be some good kickers dropped, and so you bring in somebody else, and then over those 3-4 days before the first game, you have a little competition in camp, and let's say Pinheiro makes the team, and then they bring in somebody else who was dropped from another team. Those guys fight it out, and then that's the guy you keep on the practice squad. The guy who made the team but didn't make it because they picked up somebody else off of waivers. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I get what you're saying. I think if there's I don't think Gay and was it Tampa? Was that who drafted him? Matt Gay?
Yes.
I think that's a guy they showed some pre-draft interest in, but I mean, would they draft him in round 5 or so?
What about the guy with the Carolina Panthers who hit those 3 field goals last week?
Yeah, Dan brought that. Yeah, Dan brought him up too, and I mean, he's definitely got to be on your short list.
He hit his first one today, was a 41-yarder, I believe.
Yeah.
Would Bailey come open in Minnesota?
Bailey has not been dropped yet, but he will be.
I'm saying, well, do you think he will? Will they keep this kid in just to be a punter?
No, I think they're going to drop Bailey. I really do. I don't think you'd trade a 4th-round pick for a guy that you're just going to have as a punter and kickoffs. I think Bailey's on his way out.
I mean, it does say a lot. I mean, I don't know how, you can have your feelings positive or negative on Hub Arkush, but he wrote that entire article saying that the Bears were the number 1 team after Vedvik and just couldn't get it done. They weren't willing to go, that extra mile to secure his services. So, that made me worried about Eddie Pinheiro. Eddie Pinheiro came out with the comments, it's exhausting, with all the scrutiny going on in Chicago with the kicker position and not ruled. I don't want to fucking hear that from the kicker. Yeah. Go out there and make your fucking kicks.
Grow up.
Dustin tells us that the kicker from the Panthers made a 54-yarder tonight as well, besides that first kick that he made, which was like a 41-yarder. So,
and he was good from 55 in Chicago, and it was actually good from about fucking 63 when it went through, I think.
Exactly. So
Ron Rivera gives the hometown trade discount.
Does he need a backup running back / wide receiver that fumbles? I mean, we got one. Send it to him.
I think Taquan Mazzell is one of the great mysteries of my Chicago Bears.
I was excited about it when they claimed him.
Yeah.
From Baltimore. I was. I'd seen him flash a little bit, but there's just, to me, I've never, from that point on, I've never seen it. And obviously, Nagy's seen something.
I know. I don't get it. I've never seen anything. He made a great play against Detroit at Thanksgiving, running a freaking, wheel route, and he caught the football, and that's all you've seen. But let's fast forward to tomorrow morning and the panic buttons and the write-ups and all that stuff. We're being analysts in the moment in regards to guys that might never play professional football again. So we're trying to weed through this live to see who is standing out, who is not. And some of these guys won't even make the Bears team, let alone in the NFL. So we have to temper the frustration in the competitive balance of football and what the coaches want to see out of this roster. The decision, Eli Manning, how many years does he have in, Shayne, now?
Came in 04.
15 years. How many years? 15 years. And he's playing reps out there, live reps to start the game. It's all in the philosophy of the coach. So they wanted to see, and no reason to see, Khalil Mack and company and our star pillar players, as we call them. You didn't see Eddie Goldman out this week. So, you have to tap the brakes on the panic or the frustration. Giant fans our Giants look good against our third stringers.
Yeah, that context is key for tonight. And before, a few short years ago, these were the guys that we're going into battle with. That would have, that are playing these, important snaps tonight. And now what they say? Our top 26 is that
26? Yeah, they didn't start. Well, 27 because Kyle Long's at home.
Yeah, right. It didn't include Kyle. Correct, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we all love this and eat it up, and it's tough. It is tough because you're so starved for football, and then you go out and it's
such a dick
shit
tease.
Like this. Yeah,
it's a dick tease. Let's call it what it is on 100 Proof, because it's the uniform. It's the Bears and the Giants and football. And did you see the fucking stadium at the end of the game? Rewind back and take a picture of it. It looks like a fucking tennis match. It's at 4 a.m. There's fucking 12 people in the whole. That's sad. Let's be realistic here. This is football and these preseasons and how they're handling it. And I think down to 2 games and a week of practice in there versus the opponent that you're going to scrimmage and finalize your roster with that way. I think that's how this has to go, because this is kind of absolutely pathetic that fans are paying. I have friends down there that are watching, that went out there, paid money to go see that shit. And they got to see fucking Tyler Bray, or as Aldo refers to him, Taylor Bray. And Chase Daniel played the quarterback position horrifically tonight. Horrifically.
Well, and I think that there were a lot of individual performances that deserve applause. Not that any one particular player had a great game from beginning to end, but a guy like, for instance, Clifton Duck comes up with that tremendous interception, a diving interception, so forth, and then a series or two later makes a couple of mistakes on the field. And that's to be expected out of an undrafted free agent cornerback. This guy is a developmental player. Yeah, it would be great if you signed an undrafted free agent. He's ready to be a plug-and-play player, but that's not the case. If anything, it's we're hoping that Tolliver is going to be that main backup now for Prince Amukamara and so forth. But I think once we step back from, like Phil was saying, and you Shayne, once we step back from the disappointment of what transpired today with the poor quarterbacking and some other poor performances out there, we're going to see that there are some good things to acknowledge. For instance, Clifton Duck and some other players. So I'm happy about that. And then one thing, Phil, you're talking about the whole preseason thing. I'm totally with you, and I think that the NFL eventually needs to move to a league where teams are playing every 10 or so days, so that, like, for instance, right now, what we are witnessing in this preseason week number 2 is we have 5 straight days of football. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, there's an NFL football game on. And I think that we have to eventually move to a regular season where that's kind of the same case, And so a team like the Bears, they play a game on Sunday, and then 10 days from now, they play, on a Thursday. And then 10 days after that, or 9 days after that, they play on a Saturday, or whatever it is. But I think that players need more time to rest in between games, which will then allow them to have a 17 or 18 game regular season and have fewer preseason games. I think that's where the league needs to go, and that also will help them maximize their profits.
I like
Phil, real quick before you comment on that, Aldo. Badge just texted me, and you want to dial him up on Skype. He's ready to go.
Ryan Badgley. He's at the game. Barfly.
Yeah, he was there for the shit show live. So thank you, Badge.
Jesus Christ. He paid money to see Taylor Bray.
Let's add Badge now, and Randy's got a lot of great comments in the chat room. I'm afraid I haven't been able to call him in, get him in here, and share some of his comments. But let's get Badge. Badge says unavailable, so I'm probably dialing the wrong number because I remember Badge is one of those guys on my Skype list. Who the hell is that?
You.
Badge.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that shit going around, Phil.
I'm doing good. I'm happy.
Ryan Badgley calling in from New York. How are you, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing well. A little disappointed in the performance tonight. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it didn't look any better live, Badge?
Definitely did not.
Yeah, that was
even the slightest bit. Oh, I think the thing of it is, guys, as you all know, it's the preseason. You don't want to take a lot of stock into it, but I think the thing that we've all been talking about all offseason is how excited we were about the depth. And guys, I'm not seeing it. Not even a little bit. I'm nervous. If somebody goes down, who's taking a spot?
Well, we're concerned here, and we were talking about it, Badge, all night, is that Chase Daniel is years in this offensive philosophy. That was the sales pitch and the money thrown at him to be the security blanket for this offense, not only in the form of teaching, but in also playing. And tonight, he looked like a fish out of water in the Meadowlands again. You and I were there last season, and we saw the same kind of performance from this guy And he continued his woes, and it's concerning whether it be preseason or not. You wanted to see better in that. And then Shayne touched on Tyler Bray, Aldo's cousin Taylor Bray sucked as well tonight, and he just missed open. I mean, high school quarterbacks, small college quarterbacks are gonna fucking hit those wide open receivers. He couldn't do it. Talk about the quarterback play and what was the vibe there in the stadium about it?
Had a few Bears fans around us. Definitely not happy with either Daniel or Bray. Daniel, again, you've said it, the money. I mean, the years in this offense. Bray, the same thing. I mean, that's what you hear. 6 years in the offense. I said it on the tailgate show last week. Bray should be able to complete those passes, for crying out loud. I can't even throw anymore because my shoulder's shot, and I feel like I could complete it. To me, there's got to be somebody that these guys have an eye on somewhere out there for quarterback to back Mitch up. Because if he goes down, this season's over.
I honestly think, not to jump in, Badge, but I honestly think they know that if they lose Mitch, that it's over, and that the only reason that Chase Daniel is there is for Mitch on game day and in the classroom. I think that's 99% of their focus. And to me, I understand it a little bit, but you have to have somebody that's viable back there. And I mean, Chase is a 10-year vet that has regressed. Yes, he's in there with backups, but we talked about it earlier, just hitting a guy 1, 2, 3, hitting him on a slant in stride. I mean, he's not feeling backside pressure at all. I mean, on first down, he eats the ball, and on third down, he loses, what was it, 10 or 11 yards on that third down play to back up
kicker.
to back up your struggling kickers. To me, it's definitely a concern.
Oh, yeah, it's pathetic.
Yeah, Phil said it. It reminded me of last year being here. I mean, we had high hopes coming in, even though we didn't have Mitch, and it just started off bad. And, I mean, really, today was kind of no different. I mean, again, they're backed up to their own end zone, and while the snap really probably wasn't perfect, Chase has got to corral that.
Oh, it was right on his right hip, Badge.
See, I couldn't see on the video board, but
he should have caught it, and there's no excuse.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but on the video board it was only showing me one angle.
Right, it was perfect. I mean, it wasn't a perfect snap, but it wasn't to the extent where this is some high over his head or way right or left or low. This was on his right hip. All he has to do is be a shortstop, turn your arms, catch the football, and get ready to throw. His performance tonight is everything the opposite of what he stands for or is supposed to be here in Chicago. It's like, I can get anybody to come in here and fucking know you, as a head fucking coach, know the offense. So you teach him the offense, because I don't like what Shayne's serving right now. If my organization is content with, all right, we're going into the season with Mitch, and if we lose him, we're done. If that's
right, it's a mistake.
Plan, that's a fucking terrible mistake, because you should have a plan in place to win football games. How do you build a culture if the fucking the parachute it's got a hole in it? You can't jump out the fucking plane. You can't.
How much of this has to do with not game planning in the preseason? Is it something that you feel they're not, they're kind of just running whatever?
Well, I don't think Chase, as a veteran in the offense, should struggle. If anybody on the field you would think wouldn't, it would be Chase Daniel, because of his experience in this offense and the talent at receiver. He missed Riley Ridley down the left sideline. That's a fucking NFL throw that he's got to make. He missed it. He misses it again on the read. He tries to push out of it instead of 3-step and deliver. Then he gets fucking sacked. He takes a fucking another sack. He fumbles the fucking ball. He throws a great bubble screen. I can find 25,000 high school and college quarterbacks that can throw a great bubble screen. Okay? It's time to, you got to press this question. Because, Chase, you look like fucking shit out there. You did. You couldn't fucking start in the Arena League playing like that. It was awful. And it's concerning because if that's the decision, I'm concerned.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I just, behind Mitch at this point, oh, God, if he goes down, being at Bears 100, being here, all the talk, I said it when I was with you guys on 100 Proof a few weeks ago, it's Super Bowl. And, man, no Mitch, no Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but it won't happen.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth. Is that of all the, like you started off saying, Ryan, the depth isn't there, and what's most painful about it is that it's not there at the quarterback position and the offensive line position, two of the most important positions on any football team. So no Mitch, and if there's any injuries with any of the offensive tackles right now, there isn't a swing tackle on this roster that makes any one of us feel comfortable. So that really sucks, and hopefully this team that has proven to be really good at scouting and can find somebody on the waiver wire once that final week of cuts comes through to help this team, because we need some veteran help on that offensive line, and who knows, maybe they can find a backup quarterback that could be the next Kurt Warner or something like that if necessary. It's troubling. But at the same time, one of the things that Matt Nagy is proving to be very good at is working really hard to keep the players healthy. And so that's part of the pain that we're feeling today, is that we saw some poor football from second and third stringers, but that's partly because first stringers and very important second stringers were not playing today, or played very little.
You are listening to Bears Barroom Radio.
Yes, you are. I just had to get that station ID in there. Aldo, keeping
top of
it
the
100.
hour. Good work.
Yes, right at the top of the hour.
Well done, Batch.
Aldo keeping it 100 there. Totally agree with you. And I also think you might be onto something here. So as a GM, let's all put our GM caps on. Obviously Chase Daniel's going to make the team. There's no future for Tyler Bray. And Shayne stepped away from the mic, but he said that last week. It's concerning. Your whole emphasis was to teach, but you also have to be prepared. And what I mean by that, for the worst, if something were to happen, right, you're not winning games because of Chase Daniel's knowledge of the playbook. He has to fucking be able to make a decision and a play. You can't scheme everything, to Badgley's question. Yes, Chase Daniel could be hidden in the philosophy and scheme of what you want to do by other playmakers, and running the ball and action game and bootlegging with them and cutting the field in half and making throws easier. Again, doing bubble fucking screens with him. He's great at it. All that shit you could do. But at the end of the day, there needs to be someone in here, not Tyler Bray, who can help. You have a fucking quarterback coach, a head coach, and you got Brad Childress, all to help Mitch. I don't need fucking Tyler Bray in the room. I'm glad you like the room, but I think you need a young, talented, young QB that's going to be put on the practice squad, that your pro scouts have said, hey, this kid fits the traits and has really good reputation. Let's bring him in here and put him on our practice squad. We'll keep Chase. Tyler Bray's future should be in car sales somewhere. That's where he should go, because it's not as a quarterback. Tonight was the fucking showcase. The showcase in every area he missed. Maybe that should be the tape never lies this week, Aldo. Because I was like, I'm struggling. Who the fuck am I going to do a fucking review on? Maybe it's got to be the quarterbacks. Tyler Bray and fucking Chase Daniel. Because we're going to have to show you that. I wish they don't, for all you barflies out there, everyone listening, they don't give. I don't know why. Shayne and I were fucking talking this week. It's $100 for the fucking Game Pass. They won't give you coaches' tape that they have on preseason games. I don't know why. So the angles are all from TV copy. There's no way to do anything else. So that's what you're getting. That's all you can get. So looking
to
at
touch on your point, Phil.
Go ahead.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to cut you off. But to touch on your point about bringing in a quarterback for the practice squad, I was hoping to see a little more out of Kyle Lauletta tonight.
Yeah, Shayne talked about him.
Oh, he did? Okay.
And Bobby, he was making Bobby's points. I know you're on that show, so go ahead.
Yeah, I really wanted to see, I thought he was the third quarterback on their depth chart, and he didn't come in until, early in the fourth quarter when, and they had an easy drive. I mean, to be able to make a call on him, and say, yes, let's go get him. I didn't really see enough, but, knowing what I know of him prior, to me, he's a guy, he's young. You pluck him out. I mean, he's fourth on their depth chart right now. So to me, I don't think it would be that difficult to take him off of their practice squad. I mean, you can go and pick guys off practice squads right now. Right. And I think it's something they really need to consider and really need to look at. Get him in here. Let him learn under Mitch. Like you said, Phil, keep Chase around. And hopefully by next offseason, there's somebody there who isn't Chase Daniel and Tyler Bray. It's the easiest way to put it.
Hey, Ryan, I've got Laura Screeden, a friend of yours, who handed to Duke to Eddie Jackson the Badge of Honor football, did us and you a favor. I've got her interviewing Kareth White right after the game. This is from the Chicago Bears Twitter channel. Let's listen to her asking Shayne's favorite player a question or two.
Lauren Screeden here with Kareth White, first NFL touchdown. How'd it feel to punch it in?
I mean, it's truly a blessing. It's amazing, just to be on this national level and score a touchdown was awesome. I'm thankful to God for that.
It was, of course, challenged and reversed to be called a touchdown. Did you know you were in?
Sorry, say that again?
It was, of course, challenged and then reversed to be called a touchdown. Did you know you were in?
Oh, yeah, I knew the ball broke the plane. I knew I was in, so I wasn't scared of nothing like that.
Your kickoff return was called back, but still an explosive run. What was going through your mind?
The first kickoff return, I was telling the coaches, like, yo, this is there, it's there. And I got another opportunity, and thankfully I made a home run. And hopefully next time won't be a penalty, so we'll get it right.
You guys have been going against each other for so long now.
Sorry. Let me see if I can get her back. Here it comes.
Camp and all that. How'd it feel to go against somebody else?
I mean, it's always good. It's football. I love football. I love the game, the nature of the game. So it's very competitive, and that's what I'm all about.
You got some family, friends over here?
Yeah,
who are you talking to?
My running back teammate Russ. That's my brother right there from FAU. Yeah.
Gotta have the family support, right?
Of course, always.
All right, thanks, Kareth.
All right, I gotta tell you, Kareth White. My God, he is short, man. Laura Screeden is looking down at him. How tall is this guy?
What is he, 5'8", 5'9"?
Heels on, guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
So, yeah, she's.
Is he 5'9"?
5'10". 5'10", 204.
5'10".
He's 5'9".
I'm off mute. I've been going. Oh my God! I tried going off mute about 10 minutes ago. We're getting an enormous storm here. It was fucking. I'm like, what is that noise? And I walk out into my kitchen. We're getting fucking hail.
Oh, wow.
Hail and
what the
thunder
hell
and
is
lightning
going on?
And
it's
my son walked downstairs and gave me the holy shit, Dad, or what's going on here? Look. Yeah,
You're getting the Taylor Bray.
But I was on mute when you guys were talking about Lauletta, but you put a guy like that in this offense, if he makes mistakes or if he misses a wide receiver, you can always fall back that the kid is learning. And when we're doing this with fucking Tyler Bray, it's a 7-year veteran. Or Chase Daniel, this guy that's 10 years, in the NFL. And it just, I agree with Badge wholeheartedly. It's a big, big issue.
Hey guys, well, let me ask Badge this, since we only have him for a short time. Mike Glennon or Chase Daniel?
Oh, Chase Daniel.
Yeah, I agree with Badge there too.
Jeez.
That's hilarious, though.
It's the choice between a giraffe and a armadillo. Jesus. Ryan, what else did you see at the game? Any bright spots that you want to share with us?
Well, I was excited for James Vaughters. He had the sack, the strip, recovered the fumble, and then a little later on the long run the Giants broke, it was his job to hold the edge. And, he held the edge, but then never looked for the running back to try to make a play on him. So he kind of dropped a notch there in my book. The tackle that he was pushing up on probably had 6 inches on him, and he never even bothered to look for the back. And he had run up the tackle and then bounced it right off of him, and Vaughters had no idea that he was even outside of him.
Hey, guys, I'm going to go to Matt Nagy, who is live at the podium.
So how great is that for us as a team to be able to see our backup guys against starters, to be able to know where we're at depth-wise?
Was there a balance for you, though, when Javon made that 29-yard catch, took away an opportunity for a 56-yard field goal? I know you're probably happy to see Javon make that catch, but is there a little part of you that wouldn't mind seeing that?
So, wait.
Seeing the long kick.
Oh, no. Yeah. So, again, situationally, we're in some spots right now where maybe we don't do some things that we would do in a regular season. I tell you, like that, for instance, that right there, catching the ball with 16 seconds to go or making a throw with 16 seconds. There was 1 second on the clock when we clocked it. So we were playing with fire there. And I don't know if, not to get into our scheme, but I don't know if I would necessarily do that in the game. But again, the great part of preseason is we're able to test that out. And now we have video evidence of what we could do. And it's a credit to those guys we practice that stuff. So what they just did with 16 seconds is hard to do. And they did it very effectively. So when you look for positives for us, that's something that I'm going to come away from this weekend and say, you guys just rock. You did that the right way. And we just got 3 points off of you guys executing what we teach you.
But in that sense, you didn't get a look at Eddie maybe kicking a 56-yarder.
Yeah. No. We're trying to play the game out. Obviously, in our situation, you get to be able to. We said about production with the kickers and what they can do. So every kick they get, it's gonna count. And I said these preseason games that carry some weight, But wherever it's at, I don't care. Just make the field goal.
So your young guys have played really well, both number 38.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought to start off on defense, Duck, he's been doing some good things in practice for us. Again, they're down inside the 5. Our guys didn't give up. They kept battling. He made a heck of a play, acrobatic play to make that pick and then run it back a little bit. And then Kareth White, I thought, really did a lot of good things tonight. Carrying the football. He had that, 108-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. It's pretty good job by the kickoff team. The return team there, and then good run by him. So, again, there'll be some other guys that we'll watch on tape and that we'll be able to probably jump out at us, good and bad.
Matt, is there any need for Trubisky to play in the last 2 preseason?
We'll see. Again, I think you guys can kind of see where we're at with the team and with him, and we'll get a feel. We'll get feedback from coaches, from players, and we'll stick to our plan. No, yeah, I think probably a little bit of both. We're always trying to look at getting as many quality reps as we can within our offense for him. Every play does matter, but September 5th is pretty important.
How did you feel about the way Daniel played tonight?
Thank you. About time.
What happened, do you think, from your standpoint, stop it, or did it go through his hands? What
You know what? I don't know. I thought he looked like he played pretty well. I did see that. And,
oh my gosh,
he's in excellent hands with
What?
Coach Shermer.
Oh my
That
God.
Was, I know, hands-on what Coach Shermer.
No, I'm talking about your Chase.
Oh well, you're killing me here.
He's talking
I
about
need the
Daniel
first-
Jones. He thought he was asking about.
Oh.
I was gonna say.
So Chase, yeah, he had, there's some instances for him that I think taking sacks there, and it's not all on him, but he knows in that situation. I think we had the ball at the 12-yard line, and we took 2 sacks there. So incompletions in that scenario make a much easier field goal. Every yard you lose in a field goal attempt, can make those percentages go down. But I have ultimate trust in Chase. Or else he wouldn't be here, and I, it's I like where he's at.
Do you know what happened on the snap? Did he just
I thought going back, I thought you were talking about the one under center. See, I'm trying to think positive. I don't think about our fumbles. No, I got to see it. It was, we'll see. I don't want to criticize anybody right now because I haven't really studied it or looked at it.
You shifted Montgomery into that group that didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Does that signal something he's solidified? He's earned that?
I would say that he's done a good job in practice. We like what we've seen, and but for the most part, those guys that we kept out, you saw who they were, and we felt like that's what we wanted to do for this week. Yeah.
Do you feel like they've gotten enough opportunities in the game so far, and how are you feeling about the competition where it is right now?
Yeah, so I think we had 3 and 3. Am I saying that right? 3 the first game and then 3 today, attempt-wise. I could be off on that, but I'm at a position right now where you get 2 games into the preseason, and they just gotta again produce. So Elliott had 1 kick tonight from 47 or 48, and missed it. So we're evaluating, and these guys, they fall right into the clique of everybody else that these games carry weight, and don't have regrets. And so I told you it's all about production, and that's kind of where we're at.
Last one.
Yeah.
Throughout the month with Duck, obviously the ball production tonight, but the ball production all through camp as well.
He's, I think he falls into that deal of being opportunistic. You guys have seen it. He's done it in practice. I like that. I think anybody that has some ball skills, which he does, that is always playing hard, you appreciate that. And I know, he makes it difficult for our quarterbacks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I want to go to your thoughts on what was just said there. Badge, I don't know if I know that audio came in a little low, so I'm not sure how much of that you heard and if there's any comment.
I heard it.
Okay, so anything stick out to you about what Coach Nagy said at the post-game conference?
Shayne literally just said it 10 minutes ago, how Chase is a 10-year vet. And Nagy said, well, he needs to know, that he shouldn't be taking sacks, in those situations. If he ain't got it figured out by now, he ain't going to figure it out.
Yeah, and Oil Pan Willie in the chat room says, that's the kind of the first time that he's heard something from Matt Nagy, that he didn't quite like or, trust that he said. And Nagy has to be careful about being critical of players, particularly right after the game, because he's got to look at the tape and make sure that was fully the player's fault. But he also, in case they're talking about a trade for a backup quarterback, you don't want to be on record saying, yeah, I don't like the backup quarterback situation here.
Right.
And so
I honestly don't think there's a chance in hell they're making a trade for a quarterback.
I agree. I agree. The chances of that are I have a better chance of growing a full head of hair on my balding head than that happening. But you just have to be careful about being critical of players at a post-game conference for a number of reasons.
Right.
So, yeah.
You don't want to. You're building a culture. It's fresh in the moment. So players frustrated, especially quarterback, and he plays. I was first concerned keeping it truthful with you guys when he obviously was thinking they were talking about the Giants' rookie quarterback. when he
Yeah,
thought he
thank
played
God.
good.
That's yeah.
Because when he said he thought Chase played good,
I was like, oh boy, that's exactly what we talked about that we did not want to hear. I don't give a shit if you're a 10-year vet or if you're a inexperienced rookie. You got to be called out when you don't perform.
Exactly. If Chase is that sensitive to his shitty performance that he had tonight, then he's not the backup. It's simple as that. He needs to want better for himself. I'm sure when he comes to the podium, hopefully he does, he's going to say that. I played like shit tonight. I didn't play well. Take ownership of that. Fucking work on your game and be better. Because that tonight, I'll speak for Nagy and say that was horseshit. He should know better than that. He should play better than that. And we expect him to be better than that.
You can't preach be you if you're going to bullshit.
There you go. Exactly. Well put. Oil Pan Willie should have a press pass because he asked the question, why was Mizell taking handoffs again? And that would have been a good question to pose to Coach Nagy.
A short presser, and it took
really was
a long fucking time for the coach to get there. So he must have been fucking. He must have been livid in the locker room. Is my guess.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm serious. I'm thinking he fucking. This isn't us. What you put out there, Bad. You were there. What was the feeling and temperature of the Bear fan? And Bear fans travel. I know. I was driving home from Six Flags New England, having no game to stream, so I had to listen. And Joniak is talking about the stadium to begin before the coin toss, and they're singing the national anthem and yada yada yada. And you hear Joniak. There's a lot of Bears fans. You see a lot of Khalil Mack, a lot of Mitch Trubisky jerseys in the audience. He's like, there's a lot of Bears fans here. So, what was the temperature like there in regards to the Bears?
We started here with our boys in the Mott's crew.
Yeah.
The tailgate, got to see Bart and Tim Shanley from the Chicago Bears Tailgating Club. My boy CL, which was awesome, and everybody was excited. You know, Bears back in town. Walking in, you had a lot of Bears fans as you were walking by. You know, the Bear Down, you get in the stadium, and you look, and, you know, you could definitely see a lot of orange and navy. But I definitely think the Giants had a slight edge. But, I mean, as a Bears fan right now, you're thinking positive coming into this game. Like, all right, we didn't have the greatest of showing last week. You know, so you're hoping to come out, second preseason game, really see the team kind of take the lead. You know, they didn't get the ball first, but when they got the ball, going down the field, putting up 7, you know, and showing, all right, cool, our offense looks good here. The number 2 offense looks okay. That number 2 defense, you know, Clifton Duck, I thought, played well. You know, the interception was huge. But that second team defense, you know, last week I said it earlier on Twitter, I was going to really focus on the outside linebackers because I really didn't think they played well. And then this week up the middle, I mean, we were sitting there and there were some Bears fans around us going, what's going on up the middle here? Like last week, you didn't really see Carolina run up the middle much. The Giants just gashed us up the middle in the first half.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I think Bears fans left today kind of feeling like we all do, like, shit, like what happened? I mean, it's preseason. You can't go too much into it. But I definitely expected better. I didn't expect it, especially to come here again and see basically get shit stopped. You know, I mean, yeah, last year we were able to come back and tie it, but we didn't play that well here last year either. And so to see it happen again and just disappointing.
Well, keep in mind that the Bears are playing the Giants again this season, and so they're not going to show much of anything in this preseason game. So that was a strategic decision almost let's throw out our worst players and let's throw out our worst game plan so that they have nothing at all to scout us with. And I'm looking for excuses here, but I think there is some truth to the fact that, because they're playing them again this in the regular season, that they're not going to show much.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
Totally agree with that. They're planning ahead, but it's like I said, it's
still hurts.
Oh, it does. It does, because we all know what the end, the goal is for this season. You know what I mean? And to Badge's point, if 10 goes down, you still want to be able to compete and still, be able to rely on your running game and your defense to get you through a few games. And boy, oh boy, I don't know. That's kind of where I am right now. My confidence level in, to Badge's point again, in the backups, I realize that they're young, but my 10-year vet backup quarterback isn't. And I'm very disappointed in that.
Zeke Robles in the chat room says, I don't expect us to look perfect, but both sides could have played better, and he's absolutely right. There were just individual performances at time where you would have expected, a guy to at least show something, and then those that did show something didn't show enough of it consistently to make you feel like this was a good effort by the team. I also have to wonder, this Wednesday scrimmage that they had, did that take a lot out of this team? And clearly they played guys who probably weren't big factors in that scrimmage game, but that can still take a lot out of you emotionally, because you're out there, maybe in a few plays, maybe thinking that's kind of a game-like situation and so forth, and then you're coming out on a big stage 2 nights later and playing in a game. Did that maybe backfire on Matt Nagy? Should he have had that scrimmage separated by a couple of more days before actually having a preseason game? I'm just kind of searching for clues and throwing shit up on the wall here to get your reaction, guys.
I'm gonna say he read my mind.
Oh,
when Shayne said to me, Long got thrown out of a scrimmage, I was like, scrimmage? You have a game this week. What are they scrimmaging? So to your point, I'm certain, the ones are playing the ones, but a lot of these guys that are competing for a roster spot were thrown into the scrimmage as well. You don't know how deep or what have you. So I didn't get I get having a scrimmage over the weekend on Sunday after this game, or Monday morning, we're going out, we're going to go live, 15 plays, we're going full on. I want to see, I get that kind of, but
they went 60.
They went 60 plays. 60.
Wow.
That's right, because
they were talking today on Sirius. They were talking to Mark Dominic, and he's obviously been around the NFL forever. And you're talking about reducing preseason, and he was all for it. And he goes, "I know, the talking about how unfair it is for fans to have to pay." For preseason, look at poor Badge. Obviously, it was there for other reasons too. But you make the investment, go all the way down to the city to watch that shit show. But Dominic's point was, yeah, exactly. Dominic's point was, if you polled every head coach and general manager in the league, it would be a unanimous vote that a scrimmage like the Bears had on Wednesday night with each other, or if you have the scripted practices like they did in Denver last year, are infinitely more important and meaningful than preseason games are.
Yeah, I heard on the Chai fans in the stands, our friends, Joey, Two Scoops, and my boy Greg Braggs Jr. Greg actually made the point. The Bears are playing the Colts, the third preseason game coming up this week. You would think that your GM and coach would have this plan in place. I totally agreed with what Greg was saying, that you go to Indianapolis and you practice. It's right there in your backyard. How far is that trip, Aldo?
I've made the drive a number of times. It's about 2 hours.
2 hours. So it's from where I live to fucking Manhattan, which is 2 hours. Fuck, it's 2 hours. It's a college, bus ride to go there. Keep your team. Now we're traveling. You get used to it. You're practicing. That's what needed to. I just don't get it. I don't understand how they didn't plan that, unless there's animosity between these two franchises, Ballard and Pace, and the backstory, and the Nagy stuff, and the owner.
There very well could be. I mean, I think that's a legitimate point.
That's why I make it, Shayne.
Yeah, but wasn't who's there? Nagy and Reich and all those guys. They have the similar background, but the whole GM thing. Who knows? It is a good point. I don't know why teams don't do more joint practices. Absolutely,
it needs to happen. Every coach I've ever known, coach I've ever known, when we would scrimmage, we'd set up appropriate times. Okay, we're going to do red zone here. Yeah. And we're going to go live. And it's still fiery and fun to fucking watch. And it's competitive, but we're working on red zone. And the defense is going to work on red zone defense.
This isn't talking about the game itself and the players, but Badge, I don't know if you saw it. Did you see Bart had it? Was he taking his 5-month-old daughter to the game tonight, and they charged him a full ticket price for a 5-month-old baby?
You're kidding.
And at MetLife.
So he luckily had a buddy that had an extra ticket for him. Otherwise, he would have had to have paid full price for his 5-month-old son to sit on his lap or his wife's lap in the game.
That's insane.
In a preseason game.
Here's the best part. The Jets, who also play here, don't charge for that.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So,
do the Bears?
Nope.
Joey Two Scoops, is he available? Does he know?
So Joey could walk in with Braggs in his backpack. have to pay full price.
Hey, I want to say something about Phil's point about the Colts and having that practice. The one thing that is evident to me is that Matt Nagy has taken the level of secrecy up a notch from last season and up 2 notches from the John Fox era. He, they were really
Greg Braggs rule.
Exactly. The Greg Braggs rule at Bourbonnais. The fact that he isn't exposing his players, his starters, his core nucleus players to any competition in preseason. We are not going to see Trubisky again in the preseason. We're not going to see Khalil Mack or any of the core players in any of the preseason games. And so I think that thinking extended into these scrimmages too, because I think that he is just being hyper protective. And if I can take it one point further, again, and Shayne and I talked about this before, this is Virginia McCaskey's season. I think they want to win so much for Virginia McCaskey that they're going through extreme measures to protect the core players and do whatever is necessary to win a Super Bowl this year.
It's a great point. Think about Mitch's rookie year. Who was it? Was it versus Cleveland game 4 in the preseason? Do you remember that? When he was in the game? and they took him out of the game, and then Fox put him back in at the very end on like a fucking 3rd and 22 or something, and he got fucking The dude that you traded up for, the second pick in the draft, this dumb motherfucker, this fucking NFL grizzled veteran football coach that's supposed to be smarter than everyone. Yeah, go ahead. Go out there. Get folded in fucking half.
That's when he lost his job, man.
We need one John Fox drop.
We have one. Actually, Dustin sent me an audio clip. I can actually
just as stammering.
We just need one.
He was on the radio today. If I can find it here, let me.
Well, while you're looking for that, I will tell you that on whatever network he's on, ESPN, they did this segment where they throw this red flag at the camera and they challenge people. And so when John Fox's turn came up, he feebly said with that stupid voice of his, "I challenge Mitch Trubisky to take this offense to the next level," and then that was it. He didn't say he didn't have anything concrete or substantive to say. He just threw that challenge. Everybody else, Jack Del Rio and the other people who were throwing the challenge flags, they had more depth and something to offer. But all Fox said was, "I challenge Mitch Trubisky. This is the second year with Matt Nagy. He's going to take the offense to the next level." And that was it.
He really went after the Bears again. This is the second straight time he's done this.
Second straight week. Yes.
He was on with Cap today, and they were talking about Jordan Howard. And this is
really?
Yeah. These are his comments on the Bears getting rid of Jordan Howard. Oh, I guess I better take it off mute, huh?
It's David Montgomery. It seems Tariq Cohen. Obviously, it seems like. Yes, they're going to run the ball. Matt likes to throw the football, but it's a different looking room. What's your take on their running back room?
Well, I mean, I think, really, Tariq obviously has proven, Davis is a vet. Montgomery, what I've seen of him, he was pretty highly touted, coming out of college. So it's not unusual. In fact, I just saw Jordan Howard in Philadelphia's camp earlier in the week, on Monday and Tuesday. Things are going well there for him. So, you got a salary cap. You have things you have to account for moving forward. So, I think that was more business, than anything. But, again, being youth is a young man's game. So, I understand that too.
Okay. Yeah, it was a salary cap move, John. Yeah, okay, boy.
He's on a rookie deal still.
$17 million under the cap. He's a 5th-round draft pick, and it's a young man's game. He's 24 years old, so you're about 0 for fucking 4 in that in those statements.
God. Why did you even bring him?
He's like a weatherman.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a weatherman. You can be wrong 98% of the time. It's still
he's the older version of fucking Jason LaCanfora.
Jesus. The coaching version.
I think they're friends too, aren't they? Well, no, it's him and what's his name? Glazer.
Jay Glazer.
Yeah. There's another guy that's starting to irritate me, Jay Glazer, but that's a start for another day.
LaCanfora.
Hey, Badge, any final thoughts before we let you go?
Man, I'm hoping for a little better next week. It's got to be better than tonight. I will say this: special teams looked a little bit better. From last week to this week, I thought they looked a little bit better. But there was still at one point there was some confusion too on the sidelines. Ryan Nall wasn't on the field. Pump formation, and you see Tabor on the sideline spinning around, looking around. He must have counted and saw wasn't there. Ryan Nall's standing right behind him, and he's going, "I'm missing a guy. And Nagy's standing right behind him, going, really, we're missing a guy." See Tabor on the sidelines. So, I said it, on the tailgate show. I'm not a fan of Tabor, but hopefully he figures it out. And want to thank the Mott's crew again and Tim Shanley from the Chicago Bears Tailgating Club. I appreciate you guys having me on, and really hoping we see some improvement next week, fellas.
Well, I'll tell you this. Chris Tabor is not a fan of anyone in the chat room. He's been getting lambasted because there is a concern about the special teams. And I will tell all of our listeners this. Ryan Badgley is a very special member of the Bears Bar Room. He is one of the co-hosts of the Barfly Tailgate Show, a rough and rowdy weekend show that gets you prepped up for the next Chicago Bears game during the regular season. And he's also the co-host of our new weekly show that starts in late August, Draft on Tap, where he and Danny Shimon and guests like Shayne Marsaw and many others will talk about college football prospects for the upcoming season. It's one of the shows that I'm most excited, one of the new shows that I'm most excited about on the network, and that's our man Badge. He is going to be leading the charge on that along with Danny Shimon. So Badge, thanks a lot for being on, and also
Thanks,
the one other thing that I want to let our listeners know, if you don't know, that Badge leads all of our efforts here at the Bar Room with the Badge of Honor, where they spotlight Chicago Bears and Chicago Bears players' spouses who are doing charitable works, and he works feverishly behind the scenes to acknowledge these players and get them a Badge of Honor ball, along with the ball girl, who does some very special work for us. So, Badge, thank you for everything you do for the Bar Room. Thank you for calling in, and I love you, brother.
All right, bros. I thank you guys. Appreciate it. Love you, boys.
Safe travels, Badge.
Yeah,
Thanks,
safe
guys.
travels.
We don't give a fuck.
Yes, we do.
Oh, Heidi.
Heidi.
Yes, we do.
That chick is ruthless.
Ooh, that was a bad flashback for me, like one of my ex-wives. I was out with the boys. I don't give a fuck.
That was the last thing she said to me before she stuck the fucking shiv in my neck and killed me. Months ago.
For you new listeners there, Heidi Zimmerman from Mexico killed Shayne Marsaw in our Kill, Fuck, Marry game.
She did.
But she does regret it. She has expressed her regret. We have to have her back on, because if she regrets having killed you, then who is she going to kill now? Is it going to be Phil or me?
Jesus, I don't know. She might kill. I don't know. I think she'll kill me again.
Let me just say this about Heidi. She's one of the most compassionate, amazing barflies out there. She really is. She even did me a favor and helped me with some voice drops.
She did.
She did. She put some stuff to a new thing for us at Bears Bar Room. Heidi's excited because she loves my songs more than Shayne. And I know that's hard.
Oh, God. Fucking Phil songs. Just glad it's not Christmas.
She's gonna appear. She made an appearance. If you saw the Tape Never Lies this week, she makes an appearance in the promo intro of that show.
Wow.
Dan Aguirre's trying to start a podcast in Mexico.
Who is?
Is he?
Dan Aguirre, yeah. He wants to move down there.
Dan is moving to Mexico?
Gonna sell the house in West Virginia, Shayne?
Yep, he's gonna move to Mexico. So yeah, he may be a Heidi neighbor sooner than we think, right, Phil?
Wow.
Could be. Nachos and Dan.
Yep.
You got any more songs in the Dropbox there, Phil, for us to play?
Yes, I have 2 drops in the Dropbox.
2 drops.
I have Dan Aguirre's Draft Dr. Phil world premiere, and then I have the new Tape Never Lies song.
Shayne is super excited about the Draft Dr. Phil world premiere because it's only 17 seconds long. Let's listen to it.
And then you...
This is a Draft Dr. Phil world premiere. A world premiere.
And then you play this new song.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
While I find the song, tell our audience what Shayne just showed us on Skype here.
Shayne shows us a picture of his son who passed out.
Totally passed out.
What's the 44? I was trying to figure that out today.
That's his iPad case. It says R Marsaw 44.
That's his number? Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know. I was like, is that a fucking Curtis Enos backstory?
No, it's got his name on it. I don't know if you can.
Man, that kid
now I know.
That kid is going to be fucking chicks left and right, man.
That's the
big dude.
Yeah, there you go.
You should buy some stock in Trojan, man, because he's going to go through condoms left and right. All right. For those of you who don't know, because we're always getting new listeners here, Draft Dr. Phil does a video series that you can find on our YouTube channel and on his own page called The Tape Never Lies. You can also find it on our Twitter page at Bears Barroom. And what Phil does is he breaks down tape of Chicago Bears players. He focuses on the quarterbacks every week, and every once in a while he'll focus in on a particular player. And I got to tell you, that the response to these Tape Never Lies is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm calling it up here. Thank God I got a new computer. It goes by. I can log in so quickly on shit. So I'm looking for the last. I'm looking for the last Tape Never Lies. I'm going to read some of the comments. We had almost. We had almost 2,000 views. Brian K says one of the only real analysis out there is back. Yes, can we get this guy on TV already? I'd like to see him comment a game live. That's Brian K. I don't know what you paid him to say that, but he is truly a fan of you.
Shayne could tell him the text I sent Dan and Shayne. I can assure you because I was seeing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I was seeing these positive posts because I uploaded the thing, and it was very humbling. Yeah. And then I thought for a second, I go, I'm going to fucking send this to Shayne. I took a screenshot. I go, I can assure you in the Dan voice that none of these are me.
None of these are burners, we assure you.
And what did I say? I said, yeah, we've never heard that before.
We have hired at the barroom a private investigator who is checking all of these. The Ghost of Judah Tribe says, man, your analysis is beyond point. Good ISH, as usual. I'm not sure what that means. Do you think... Oh, good. Okay, gotcha. Do you think a two-back set will be used a lot this year? I see that you did not respond to that, so why don't you respond to the Ghost of Judah Tribe right now? Do you think a two-back set will be used a lot this year?
I really do. It's a great question because you want to get the most out of your personnel. Like tonight, you didn't get to see Tariq Cohen. I know one of the reporters asked about it. And David Montgomery, and you got Davis there. I know John Fox is in Capland, I don't know where, but the talent that the Bears have at the running back position alone lets you recognize that these preseason games are going to be,
Don't forget about number 84 when you're talking about the running back position either.
Oh, yeah.
That's happening.
That's a great point, too, Shayne. That kid is... in the New England offense on tape, he's just a natural. I mean, they're running toss left and toss right. And
he is so, Aldo, you were there. He is fucking huge. I mean, I'm not talking about in a bad way.
Right.
He's a
he
tank.
is. He looked like a fucking tight end when Braggs took a picture of him. I had to look twice at who is this fucking he's that big. And if you get that kind of guy with natural run skills like he has, he becomes another part, a chess piece, if you will, in the offense, Judah, because he can be threatening as a wide receiver, but he also could be a killer, a cutthroat at running back. If you're moving those and you're running jet sweeps, and you've seen it in the past where you have Taylor Gabriel, 165 pounds, soaking wet. No more Taylor running end around sweep. It's going to be this kid, and when he gets it, he could take it to the house. So you counter that with a Tariq Cohen going the other way or David Montgomery. You see what you have in the backfield, that kind of talent, it has to be on the field. We said it last year, even with the Jordan Howard. Now it goes up fucking tenfold with David Montgomery and Tariq Cohen.
Yep. Lots of great comments on that YouTube page. I can really take a half hour here to read a bunch of them, but I won't do that.
When I thought I was on mute.
But here's what I will do. I will play the Tape Never Lies new theme song. Is that okay if I do that, Phil?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. The world premiere, Dan Aguirre.
All right, here it goes.
Now, I worked hard on this song, and I'm proud of it.
So that's basically a message for Shayne not to shit on the song, right?
He could say what he wants. I know this song is good. It's been tested in the streets.
Shayne, you haven't heard it, have you? Or you have?
I've heard it.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it.
So you're gonna save your comment for afterward, or you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna rub one out.
3 minutes and 15 seconds. You can probably rub out a couple.
Oh hell yeah!
Here we go.
The tape never lies. Tape never lies. The tape never lies. Tape never lies.
The tape never lies. Never does.
Yo, the tape never lies, it never does. It makes the story true for us. Analytics makes them look like fools. It's up to me to educate you. Draft Dr. Phil. The tape never lies, it never does. It makes the story true for us. Analytics makes them look like fools. It's up to me to educate you.
The tape never lies.
Draft Dr. Phil.
Never does.
These haters hating, they wanna know what's up with me. Breaking out the tape on the stats, hating Trubisky. That's not innate, never having a agenda or a narrative. You gotta live. Here to give an education, not an X and O vacation. It's pure manipulation, trying to burn my reputation. But it's Phil, and the truth is, haters hating. Like saying without Fangio, our defense is fading. I'm a coach first, breaking down the tape for all to see. Sitting in the spotlight, put my name to it while you subtweet. Or maybe some tags, but then again a drunk tweet. Hypocritical threat they take, but in football there's no top of the key. Almost interceptions on tape, it's not a snap for me. So many hot takes in one place, it's like the cult of tragedy. Prince, you're grabbing me, the good and the bad, you'll see. Run drop in a fucking nine, the chemo plays a 5-3. The shit is broken down from O-line to the back end. Discovering strengths and weakness, highlighting where someone's slacking. Draft stock attacking. 50 deuce, we got that back day. At the end of the day, the tape never lies. Just let that fact ring. Breaking down the Bears with a pigskin PhD. I'm the original. Let them all copy me. It's on you now if you can't see my talent for who I am or was. The tape never lies, it never does. It makes the story true for us. Analytics makes them look like fools. It's up to me to educate you. Tape never lies. Dr. Phil, Bears Ballroom. The tape never lies, it never does. It makes the story true for us. Analytics makes them look like fools. It's up to me to educate you.
The tape never lies.
Dr. Phil. Never lies, it never does. It makes the story true for us. Analytics makes them look like fools. It's up to me to educate you.
The tape never lies.
Dr. Phil, Bears Ballroom.
Tape never lies.
The tape never lies.
Never does.
Brilliant! Well done, Draft Dr. Phil. The only guy in North America who can analyze football tape and write songs about it too. Pretty incredible stuff.
So did you like it, Aldo?
No, I did. I would give it a 9 out of 10, and the only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is because there is one song that beats them all. In the draft.
Jesus
in the
Christ,
draft.
here we go.
No, I won't play it. I won't play it. Even though it is a
Locking
short
for?
song, it's the Locking For Us song. You know that's.
Oh, you gotta play it late as we go out, because people have been craving. But I want to say this about the song. I fucking believe every fucking lyric in the song, because if you listen to it, it's not my style.
Mm-hmm.
I sing rap in this song, Shayne.
Right.
And little Tate, my son, you hear him in there.
He's awesome.
Inspired the fucking whole song.
Oh,
Because
really?
He said, if you remember, I said this lyric and I was going to write it on to Tape Never Lies because I wanted to intro a new look for the YouTube for Bears Barroom. I want a new look. Aldo put those fucking graphics together. Everything looks sharp. Everything. So I said, I need a song intro for this. I'm going to write a song. That's what I fucking do. You don't fucking like it? Fucking turn the channel. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just don't. I know what I want, and I know I'm good at stuff, and this is hot, according to the people on the street. So the people on the street, I said, I got to write tight lyrics because it's only going to be 15 seconds. And Tate remembered from a shot at the old Barfly tailgate guys leaving. And there's a lyric in there that says, Tape never lies, it never does. And that's where I was going to start it. And Tate said it just like that. And I told him to record. I recorded it.
That's good.
And that became the foundation of the whole fucking song and the music and everything. And then I asked Heidi, you hear her voice in there too, she says the tape never lies in there. And she sang it she didn't even know. I just said, can you send this tape? I want you to say tape never lies. The tape never lies. So you get bar flies in it, and it's got a vibe. I'm proud of it. And I know Shayne told me privately that was his favorite song.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh.
I texted him and fucking emailed him. Just
It's
so
a
he wouldn't-
catchy tune, Shayne.
It is. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Tape never lies. It never does.
It never does.
Yes. Love it. I'm going to make that a drop and throw it in the song as well.
All right, guys, let's start talking about final thoughts here before we wrap things up with shout-outs, and then we'll close the show with Lacking Forum.
Don't forget, Phil already did his shout out about an hour and 12 minutes ago.
I get 2 more shout-outs.
Zeke Robles is wondering where Virginia McCaskey has been. I have to say that I have been a little bit more careful about using Virginia on our drops, just because this is her year. I want to be respectful of that, right? This is her year, and I don't want anybody to think that we're making fun of her in a disrespectful way. But in a way we are, I guess.
Respect the elderly, motherfucker.
That was her live talking to Chase Daniel tonight.
Exactly.
I miss her too, Zeke. Maybe we should make her a regular. I mean, this is her year. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we being too disrespectful if we play these Virginia
This
McCaskey?
is 100 proof.
Yeah.
Virginia was even telling you she was looking at asses back in the day.
That's right.
Remember?
That's right. That is
Gotta
very
get
true.
that drop back.
She wasn't so concerned about the uniform. She was concerned about the people in them.
Yes.
That's what
Very
she said.
true. Very true.
Who's the historian, the top historian of Bears barroom lore? I wonder who they believe Virginia had a crush on back in the day.
Oh my gosh, that's a great question.
No, they just talked about that.
They did?
Yes, Don Pearson and
Really?
Dan Pompey. They
Dan
asked.
Pompey were on Chicago Bears All Access with Joniak, and it was the last player in NFL history that played without a helmet.
That she had a crush on?
Yes.
Oh God, find this out.
And he was playing a game at Wrigley, and he ran into the wall without the helmet, and Virginia McCaskey had a crush on him. Don Pearson said, "This is all the audio is there. It's
This is really true."
Yes, and she thought he died.
Oh,
on the
really?
field. Because and then he was out for a few weeks, and then he came back. But whoever I can't remember his name. He was the last player to ever play in the NFL without a helmet.
We gotta get that. John Santucci should have been in the chat. Tell
Dan
me.
Aguirre probably screaming the guy's fucking name.
Yeah, he is.
Was it Dick Plasman?
That might have been.
Sounds
like a porno star. Also,
It really does.
Is that really the name?
Yes. CBS Sports has an article. Remember when Dick Plasman was the last player to forego a helmet?
There it is.
Okay, well that was him then, because it's on the last Bears Total Access, and Pearson and Pompey are on there. And Pearson,
the Hawaiian guy?
Pearson talks about Virginia McCaskey having a crush on this guy.
Dick Plasman.
You can't make it up, but it is there. It's real.
Oh my goodness!
Imagine if you just isolate her saying, "I was a big fan of Dick." That would be perfect.
We need to find somebody who can do a good Virginia McCaskey impression, because we've got some really good recordings we could do.
How do you spell his last name?
Plasman. It could be somebody else. I didn't read the article because I'm still trying to find my Jason Leckenfora.
Yeah, there's if you do a Google search and go to images, like the fourth picture is of them carrying him after he hit the fucking.
Is that right? Jesus.
Yeah. And he doesn't look like he's loving life too much. You see, it says Dick Plasman, Wrigley Field.
Yes.
He's making a strawberry shake. Shake.
Plasman injured after hitting wall. Chicago Bear end was carried off the field in Sunday's game with the Packers when he plunged headlong into a brick grandstand.
Headlong.
This guy was Taekwon Mizell before Taekwon Mizell, right?
Oh my God!
He was headlong. Dick Plasman.
He suffered a broken wrist and bruises about the head.
Oh, jeez. That is sad.
But that was the guy that Ginny wanted to do naughty things to her, I guess.
All right, let's go around and get some final thoughts here. Who wants to start? Shayne, you want to start and give us some final thoughts about this preseason extravaganza, week 2?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I want to get across, is sucks tonight. What we saw didn't inspire any confidence, but at the same time, don't forget that our best players, they didn't even see the field tonight. So we're one of the youngest teams in the NFL, even when those top 26 play. So their backups and the backups to the backups, when they get in there, they have to earn their stripes somehow, and it's not always pretty. I think Duke Shelley's got a very bright future in this league, but there was plays laid right out there for him tonight to make, and he didn't make them. But that's, I think, a lot of times all part of the process. Aldo, this isn't really a shout out, but I saw one of your comments in the chat room talking about Mitch, and worried about if he's too scripted and too robotic. I couldn't have put it any better. That's something that I think about all the time. Just little things with Mitch coming out and saying, what are you doing? Oh, I'm reading a book about how to be a leader. I don't even want to fucking hear you say that.
Yeah.
Just keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
First off, if you shouldn't need to read a book about being a leader.
Yep.
Quite honestly. And if you are, don't be dumb enough to talk about it.
Right.
So I'm not trying to put a damper on this season, but those are the types of things that I talk about. When I saw you put that comment in the chat room, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what my biggest fear is with Mitch, because a lot of times he seems very, even in a simple press conference, that he seems very, very scripted. Everything is plotted right out before him, and you cannot be that way. You can't be, because if you're that way off the field, you're definitely going to be that way on the field. And this brings me back to the backup quarterback situation. Like I said, who are the backups to some of these guys? And if they're so concerned that Mitch needs to have that around him in year 2, and who knows what will happen in year 3 in this offense, if Mitch needs that guy right beside him to teach him constantly, then I'm sorry, as much as it pains me to say this, then he's not the right fucking quarterback.
Right.
At some point, it's the Mitch show, and that's it.
Right.
Go out there and fucking do it. And like I said, I'm not trying to put a damper on. It's just the things that I think of, and this is it. You talked about this being Ginny's year. This is everyone's year. This is it. You're in that fucking window. Mm-hmm. We may have gotten there a year early, but 2019 is the fucking year that we've all been waiting for a very long time. And you go out there, and it starts on September 5th against our arch nemesis, and you go out there and you fucking make a statement week 1 and hope it carries you through the entire season. So all Bears fans out there, Bears Barroom, Barflies, everybody, let's fucking unite and let's do this. This isn't just Ginny's year. This is our year too.
Love it. And I let me add to that the problem may be more with Pace and Nagy bubble wrapping and feeding Mitch all of this stuff about leadership and so forth. And I would probably do the same thing because I'm a lover of books and I'm a lover of self-improvement and so forth. But there's a certain limit that you take with that stuff. And there's a certain amount of concealment about some of that stuff. You don't share all of that stuff with everybody. Right. Like I don't fucking go around telling people that, I put fucking cream on my balls because they're starting to sag and I'm trying to save them from hitting the floor. It's just something that I do and I don't tell anybody. And so
now you've done it.
Now I've gone and done it.
Welcome, Fantasy Island.
All right, exactly. So I'm with you on that. I think that, part of the issue is not so much with Mitch, although he certainly bears some of the responsibility here, but it has to do with a coaching and general manager mentality where I think they take some of that brainiac stuff a little too far. Not nearly as far as Mark Trestman took it, where I always got the feeling that Mark Trestman, after a press conference, he would go read some leadership book and say, man, I should have said this or should have said that.
Right.
Nagy is not that way. Nagy is much more authentic, but he and Pace do look a lot for a lot of these outside sources for leadership, and they share that with their quarterback, which is a good thing. But just be careful that your quarterback doesn't come off as being, inauthentic.
Imagine doing a job interview, and you're asking the guy across from you, hey, are you a leader? Well, yeah, I'm a leader. Yeah, I lead men. Well, why are you a leader? Because I read 4 books on it.
Exactly.
No, it don't fucking work that way.
Exactly. Very true.
And I think that's really part of where the narrative comes into play. Because he's so scripted, if you will, you can't get a feel on his personality. Thus, what do they gravitate to? To Mahomes and the stats and his witty and his cockiness. With Mitch, there seems to be some sort of predetermined go-to response to things where you can't get the development of his personality and who he truly is. And the tape of him really is way better than the narrative has said. Another point going back to Joe and Greg Bragg's, this weekend I've kind of had a vacation, and the Chi fans in the stands had a guest on, and they were talking about the play that Mitch made in New England, where he's rolling to his right, and he can't find it, and he rolls all the way back, and white hair, pancakes, and what have you. And the point they made is one we made right after the show, the game on Bears Hour Live, and we talked about it with the three of us. If that was another quarterback that did that play, it would be a highlight on SportsCenter for months. That's how talented what he did in that game, in the play against the world champions. 2 kick returns, and one kick return, who we now have that player in a punt block, took away a victory for us, and what the narrative of Mitch Trubisky would be. Now, to Shayne's point, I'm bringing this all together. That's against the GOAT and the greatest coach ever in the history of the NFL, worried about Mitch Trubisky and his feet, and they still couldn't stop him in that game, and he should have won that game if you look at the tape, how good he is. Now let him be that good, and let him be confident in Mitch and lead this team. I heard Hogan Johns talk about something. Oh, we can't really tell you X's and O's in practice, but they said Mitch took everybody together after Nagy got fucking pissed off. We don't have access to this. So this is important.
Yes.
And he emphasized again to his teammates as a leader, not as a fucking guy in the book, reading a book, giving you a, hey, mention this book, whatever the fuck deal.
Guys, I just read this on page 38. Listen.
You're going to get guys rolling their eyes like, who the fuck is this guy? These guys love this guy. Let America love this guy. Let him be himself. You're saying be you. Let's let Mitch just say him what he means and what. If it gets him in trouble, fuck it. You fucking had Dan Aguirre do an hour and 15 minutes show about Jim McMahon, one of the most controversial. We always got these controversial quarterbacks here in Chicago. McMahon, Cutler, now Trubisky, when he played so really good and got you to the playoffs. You haven't been. And they're talking about him as he's the kicker, that he's the liability. And then they don't do any favors here with this. So I'm totally in with you. I know I went all the way around, but I wanted you to remember this fucking guy was the reason you won games too. He was never the guy that cost you. And Shayne, you pointed out that fucking Rams game, he didn't play great. Well, every fucking quarterback has those games. Every fucking one. And that highlight play that Greg Braggs and I'm sorry, I forget the guest's name they were talking about. I mean, they're right. If that was Mahomes who did that, that shit would be played still. It would be played every fucking day. But it's Mitch. And there is some fucking bias to this. And the Bears aren't helping, in my opinion, with you guys, making Mitch be so robotic.
I'm with you 100%. In the chat room, people were saying, yeah, we need to see more of kissing titties Mitch Trubisky than bookworm Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, about the loosest I've seen him was at the 100.
Yes, that's the guy I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, and
we made the comment, like, holy fuck. He put on the fucking shade. Mitch coming into the fucking Thanksgiving game, wearing the Ditka sweater.
Yeah.
Excuse me, was that the Thanksgiving or Christmas game? It was one of those games.
Christmas sweaters at Christmas. Thanksgiving, probably not so much, but that's cool, Phil. Should write a fucking song. Should write a song with that. My Thanksgiving Christmas sweater. Sounds like a good song.
All right, Phil, any other thoughts you want to share with us?
I just wanted to piggyback off Shayne. I think you got to temper your frustration. I'm with you all. I get fired up. I wanted to fucking walk Chase off the fucking plank too. Say, get rid of this fucking guy. But you know, we got to see what happens in the next course and the next action they're gonna take and how they play next week. If they come back, like we said, and play like that, uninspired, and I don't know how concerned you have to be opening on a Thursday night against your rivalry, not knowing what your starting offense is going to look like, and being. Remember last year,
Yeah,
we
it's
all
just
fucking panicked because they didn't fucking. I was there. I was leading the fucking parade, saying, "I can't believe you saying reps matter. You sat them all in the third preseason game. What kind of message?" We had all the questions, and then they came out and they had the season they had. Now, Aldo, you said the offensive line got better as the season went on. Who knows this year under Heath Stan or what have you, but it just gives you pause that this guy sucked as bad as he did, and both of them, Bray and Daniel. But there were some positives out there, and you build on those. But I'll take a look at Daniel and Bray this week on the Tape Never Lies.
Fucking chat room is going off the fucking rails. I see.
I love old Pan Willie, man. He brings some great shit. And Zeke is back with a vengeance. Hey, are you doing tweets this week, Shayne?
No.
Okay.
No.
So let me say this about a particular tweet. I don't even remember the guy who tweeted this, but what he said was he put us on a list, Bears Barroom and Barflies, with on a list of people who hate Mitch Trubisky. And I know that the last 20 minutes or however long we've been talking about True, we've been critical of Mitch, but fuck you, dude, whoever you are, to include us on that list, because we have bent over backwards to acknowledge Mitch Trubisky. And aside from my rant that I had on draft day where I was pissed off that the Bears moved up a slot to pick up Mitch Trubisky, aside from that, this show and the network and everybody else that follows the Chicago Bears and the Barflies that follows Bears Barroom, we have.
They know.
Yeah, we've
I've done every fucking tape, every rep.
Exactly. That's a great point, Phil. We should have sent that guy the Tape Never Lies so that he could see.
I think that's what he wanted, though. I honestly, I think you're right, Aldo.
He wanted acknowledgement.
I think maybe you're right, but I think that some of these, I don't want to ruin Aldo wherever you're going with this, but I want to say some of these guys take shots in creating a narrative that isn't fucking true whatsoever.
Right.
Whatsoever. And I get fired up because, manipulation of truth and everything of that nature and all of it. It just, Bears Barroom, at the bottom end, you're asking me to tell you about the tape.
Right.
And Mitch has been way beyond PFF's fucking scores and these national guys talking shit about him because it just isn't true. And we've been saying it fucking over and over on 100 Proof, on Bears Hour Live at the time, and on the Tape Never Lies.
But you're leaving out one very important way that we've been saying that, or actually I should say you have been saying that.
Trubisky, play action, to the end zone, touchdown, Bears, Anthony Miller.
First round pick, I'ma talk about the leader of the O. I'm fired up and tired of the way the story goes. The way the story goes. Second things coming, they said 13 starts was the fear. So tired of the narrative each year. The narrative each year. Trubisky was throwing from a young age, hiding his talents in the box, handing the ball off. What a fool! They script on me, trip on me, shit on me, stealing me. Nagy, cure the pain, sending a message to the team. Division champions, 3 reigns. Seeing Trubisky bring up
Trubisky in for the touchdown.
Hey, you make me a believer, believer. Hey, you make them all believers, believers. Oh, let the touchdown fly, let them rain. Your team, it's your time.
Touchdown pass.
Hey, you make them all believers, believers, Mitch.
seen Mitch's PFF grade.
There was barroom in the crowd, four-wheeler driving from the ground, slinging a pigskin all around, hoping the backers go down. The kid was delivering, crowd is all shivering, taking hits again, running for the win. Curtain gets open, the crowd feels no. Wide open, touchdown, and the Bears are battling back. Believers, hey, you make us all believers. Oh, let the touchdown fly, let them rain.
The sixth touchdown pass.
Hey, you make us all believers. Last year's done a playoff berth and now we're chasing great. You're the face of the future 2.0, just can't wait. True Trubisky. Let the haters hate. True Trubisky. But they never learn, double move, getting burst, sinking move, getting turn 10, moving the chain, son. A rain down like. Ooh, you make them all believers. Touchdown fly, let them ride.
The sixth touchdown pass. You know him. It's number 10. It's Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky protected for the end zone. Touchdown. Trey Burton. That's aggressive.
He's a Pro Bowl quarterback now. Mitchell Trubisky. That song, Shayne wishes was as short as Chase Daniel.
He is short, man.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, they showed some of those field level views when he takes the snap and drops back, and it's like, wow.
Fumbles the snap.
So the field goal kicker from Carolina, he missed one in the second quarter from four, but they ended up calling unsportsmanlike conduct on Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So that got wiped out.
Oh, look at that.
And then he made it, or he.
Well, they're not to that point yet because.
Oh, you're watching the replay.
The replay, yeah, but his follow through is almost kind of uncanny. It almost looks like a Robbie Gould when he's kicking, just with his follow
leg
through.
up. Like
and his arm forward.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Fucking real quick. Yeah, I forgot about the fucking songs we fucking even supported him. You fuck, whatever the fuck you are. Where's Heidi's drop?
I think he's. You go to his timeline. He looks like he's about 14 years old. I think he's just trying to.
Oh.
I think he knows that we have some fierce supporters, and if we see bullshit, I think that's what he wants.
Okay.
Yeah,
he wants a brawl.
I think he wants the attention that way.
I totally agree.
I have his timeline here, but I'm not even going to warrant the fucking name drop to give him attention at this point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Greg Braggs. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say in the chat room, Greg Braggs is asking the question. You guys see Bike Lane guy? Oh, I know who you're talking about. He was asking about the Bagel Man, but there's a viral video going out of some guy.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
I think it's the same guy. Phil, you remember when you were in town and I must have made some driving mistake and got into the bike lane. Some guy tried to fuck with my car. I think they captured the guy on video fucking with somebody else, Phil. But I was going to say, Phil, I wish I had the talent that you do because I want to do songs like you do, but I'm not fucking capable of it. And so I got an idea for a song that I think that you need to do. It's using Philip's home to do an anti-Green Bay song. And we'll go something like, fuck you, Green Bay Packers. You can blow me me on September 5th. See, I had it all wrong, but I think you can see. I think you can see where I'm going with this song. So I'm gonna write the lyrics, and then you can do it. Okay?
The Bears are gonna win at home.
Yeah, baby. See how talented this guy is? Very well done.
We're gonna do it. And I have one more song, but that's gonna debut when we fucking go live, Aldo.
Nice.
On Last Call. And I think fans are gonna get fired up because we're getting our practice. This is like preseason for that show, to be honest. As we go live after every fucking Bears game, Aldo's gonna let me rant.
Oh yeah.
Have a new intro. We got so much stuff. I'm so excited about this show, and I'll tell you why. Because a fired up Shayne Marsaw sometimes, and a fired up Phil and Aldo is epic radio, and sometimes I'm gonna do a little spoiler. The man who doesn't need to put his hands on the wheel to drive will be joining us by coincidentally
Cars,
as in Cars Keys. So another barroom personality coming in here, and I'm sure 100% we'll have surprises after every Bears game with my brother. I'm so excited, Aldo. Me and the Rican, the Sicilian and the Rican, no matter what.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck the whites.
You know we're gonna get into some fights, right? You and I, because
oh yeah, we're gonna be fighting.
That's the way it is. I mean, at my daughter's wedding, the Puerto Ricans were fighting against the Italians, and it was a wedding.
The Jets. What was it?
The Jets
that
and the
old
Sharks.
Puerto Rican just stole my weed. He's outside smoking it all.
Well, I was smoking fucking reefer.
All right, let's do. We can fucking go all night, but I see Shayne is yawning, and so we need to.
Shayne's got to work in the morning.
You got to work again on Saturday.
I have to work every fucking day.
Shit, that's why you fucking live in a castle with all of the.
And I got like I'm about 2 hours away from 47 text messages from Dan Aguirre. Tell him they bought a new fucking Ninja blender.
Dan did a great job on the show.
He did. It was awesome. Yeah.
Phil, are you sure? I go, dude. You did tremendous.
So I'm like, Dan, just
you're my guy.
He's like, I think I'd find this therapy. I'm like, then fucking talk about it. I said, you record it. I'll make sure Aldo puts it up. Are you serious? Shayne, Are you serious?
If Aldo's Mitch Trubisky, Dan is going to be a young, talented backup quarterback that we develop in here.
He's fucking Dan Aguirre is gonna be fucking. Who's the best quarterback in the history of the Bears? Sid Luckman. That's who he's gonna be.
Don't tell Dan that.
Why?
Tell Dan. He's a big McMahon fan.
McMahon all the way. Oh. All right, here he is. Here's the Carolina kid from 40.
Giving
pretty smooth though. I'm telling you, if you watch him, he looks just like Robbie Gold kicking with his little follow through, and he's true from 40 right down the split him.
Best football movie I've ever seen, Aldo. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember the Titans.
That's the best one?
I just fucking love that movie. I got to watch it again.
That movie's on TV like literally every time I turn my TV on someplace.
Really?
That one and Sweet Home Alabama. I have no fucking clue why, and I've never seen it, but those two are always on whenever I'm channel surfing.
I fucking love Remember the Titans, and I was letting my boys watch and learn it we have the DVD in the van, and we're going to the beach, and the boys are at the point where they're like, I hate highways. I hate highways. How long is this job? So you put Remember the Titans, and they're just like mesmerized by it, but I'm not even watching. I'm just listening to it, and the music and the soundtrack and everything.
Yeah, soundtrack is
fucking
dope.
Denzel is so fucking good as the coach.
Yeah.
So good. The story in itself is true American, history and the problems and everything that football can erase. I just never got an opportunity because I remember we were gonna talk about movies and shit in the off season, but that's my number one football movie. I love it.
Let me see if I can get people in the chat room to chime in with their favorite football movie. I will say that that is, it's harder for me to pick my favorite football movie than it is a baseball movie. When you ask baseball movie, and there's a number of great baseball movies, but the one that comes to mind for me immediately is Bull Durham. And the reason why is that I think that Kevin Costner did such a great fucking job of getting inside of an athlete's head when he's doing whatever he's doing. And in this case, it's a baseball movie. So he's batting, and he is, you hear him in voiceover what he's thinking when the pitcher is going to throw the next pitch. And it's just, to me, it just rings so true of anyone who's ever picked up a baseball bat and what you're going through when you're going through that one-on-one battle with the other athlete. I thought that movie did a great job. And plus, the rest of the story was excellent. But if I'm going to pick a football movie, and if I had to pick one, and again, it's very hard for me, I really like that Tom Cruise movie called All the Right Moves. This is from the early 1980s.
Pennsylvania football.
Exactly. High school student who is trying hard to get a college scholarship because he lives in a shitfuck town called Ampipe, and the only job you can get there is working for the steel factory, and so he really needs his football scholarship, and he's got a fucking coach who is just fucking with him, and it's a great story, and the football scenes, I thought, from my vantage point as an amateur, I thought were pretty realistic. Shayne, you got a favorite?
Favorite football? It's probably, if you're putting a gun to my head, it's really hard for me to go off of the same one that Phil picked.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm going to pick Rudy. I don't know why.
No, hey, Rudy is inspirational and stuff like that, but to me there was so much of it that was, you
kind of
hear about, I think as soon as I heard Joe Montana go on like ESPN radio and talk about we didn't fucking know who the dude was, you know what I mean? Just kind of disbelief, who the fuck, we're turning in our fucking jerseys for that dude, you know what I mean? But no, remember the Titans, there's nothing bad about it, and like you said, it's not just football. It's about it's about life and heartbreak and sorrow and how things can be taken away from you in the blink of an eye, and all of us have dealt with that in our lives, and I'm a big movie soundtrack guy. I love to go back,
me too,
download them and listen to them, and I'll relive the movie in through the soundtrack while I'm listening to it, and I love movies like that just you can sit there and watch it and you're just gives you chills. You hear the speeches in the movie when they're talking to the players, and it's like I never played football, but it takes me back to when I played baseball and basketball and played soccer, to my coaches speaking to me, and you get so much of that. And remember the Titans. It's awesome.
Some of the comments in the chat room, Oil Pan Willie says that's the first, that his real first name is Rudy, and so he heard that being chanted for years, and so that's why he fucking hates that movie. Ryan Kirkland Billings likes The Replacements and Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday, from a filmmaking standpoint, is a fabulous movie. Oliver Stone just does tremendous things with camera work and editing, but the story it lacked a little bit. Steven Zimmerman.
Greg Bragg's Waterboy.
Yeah, I like that.
Of course.
Steven Zimmerman liked, what the fuck did you like? Favorite football movies, hands down, Air Bud, Golden Receiver. That's what I would have expected.
That's pretty much My Little Pony.
Yeah, he's a brony. Zimmerman's a brony, right?
He is a brony. Could we send Zimmerman to those Comic Cons to represent barroom?
Oh, yes. Yes, Zim.
There you go,
we got to
Zim.
talk. That's a great
And
idea.
then he asked them football questions. Like,
Yeah, we'll get him to dress up like Rainbow Dash. We'll put a fucking Players Barroom logo on his forehead.
what do you think of Mitch Trubisky?
That would be good. That would be good. And Zeke says Friday Night Lights, and that movie was excellent.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. But the TV show?
I like the TV series better, too.
Oh, my God. That TV show I recommend to anybody, whether you love or hate football. That TV show is one of the best TV series of all time. It is
They
very,
hate
very
football and they're listening to this. They better go fuck themselves.
Really?
Just shoot yourself.
Zimmerman has a postscript for us. He says that he loves Pokemon too. So
Exactly.
of course you do.
So this oil pan, has he been in the chat before?
No, I think this is his first time. Oil Pan, this
I
is your
like
first
this
time, right?
guy, Oil
Is he on
Pan.
Twitter?
I believe
have
he
a
is. He
Twitter
says that he's been
handle.
listening to us since November, but this is his first time live in the chat room, and he says he's
Like
going
him in
to
the
do it
chat.
more often.
I like you in the chat, Oil Pan, and I'm proud to call you a barfly.
Yay, officially a barfly, Old Pan Willie. Zeke Robles says, don't forget Unnecessary Roughness. You know, that wasn't a bad movie, right? If I remember correctly.
Is that the one
That was
Kathy Ireland was in?
Yes, that was some weird
I used to
cat.
fucking love her.
You were
Oh
in
my
love?
gosh.
She was on a couple swimsuit issues, right? And that was, I'm sure I fell in love with her there, but
Now, I don't consider Jerry Maguire a football movie. I consider that more a movie about sports agents. You guys agree with me?
I kind of think football in it.
Really? Because
There's a love story, though.
Because
You're
if it
right,
is a football movie, then that's one of the best football movies. I think that movie is
I
fucking
think
great.
it's in the football. I mean, you think football. What do you think? Anybody in the chat, if I say Jerry Maguire, you start quoting Cuba Gooding, right? Yeah. Show me the money. Should
Right,
be the fucking
but that's
first thing.
something about the agents, right? It's the
Right.
agent's
but
job to
still,
get the
it's
money.
Football. The basis, the foundation of the story is the fact that he's representing this football player, and they showcase the football player's family. Remember, they're all worried.
yeah, in the NFL draft, Cush.
Draft.
Isn't that his name? Cushlash.
I don't know.
What was the thing you said I had, and that came back in that show? I had
Quan.
totally forgot.
The Quan.
The Quan. That's right.
Ryan-
Yeah.
The
Ryan
Quan.
Cox
I got
was
the
on it.
Quan, Shane. Show me the money.
I'm all heart, motherfucker.
Show me the money. Greg Bragg. Show
Phil-
me the fucking money.
When Phil gets out of the shower, he air dries too.
I think I
Just
do
like-
at this point.
Oh man.
Zim wants everybody to know that he's not a brony.
Don't worry, Zim. We're gonna get you a song someday. Once you get the tweet of the week,
Yep.
that miraculous day, your song will be released like Tooch. I finally got his song.
That's pretty awesome. We played, 3 or 4 Draft Dr. Phil songs today, and we're going to close the show with the La Confora song, which to be frank with you, I don't really know if that's my favorite song, but that's the favorite one here at the Gandia household. I will play that, and my wife will, for 3 days later, say, I still got that fucking song in my head. So it certainly is very addictive. All right, let's go around the horn here and give some shout outs. And this time, you guys in the chat room, tell me who you want to shout out, and I will share it with our audience. So get your shout outs together. But first, let's start with Shayne Marsaw. Shayne, who you want to shout out?
I got to do another one?
I guess. You don't have to. You can pass.
I'll shoot out or shout out our boy Cars. Been dealing with some family issues. Had a brother-in-law pass away, so I know he's been dealing with that and a little tough times for his family. And he's one of our brothers here at Bears Barroom, and the guy that's I think has a equally bright future here. So send him a little bit of love and compassion his way in his time of need. So shout out my boy Cars.
Cars, we're thinking about you. We love you. And if there's anything that we can do to help during this time of need, please don't hesitate to let us know.
Yeah, let me say this about Cars. When he came on and I've known Cars almost as long as Shayne, only through a message board back in the day, a dial-up.
Right.
And I don't really know him. I just knew him to be like a smart nerd. That's how I thought of him. Like, he's not like the annoying.
You're calling the dude a
No,
nerd.
I'm just saying that's how I saw him. And then when to finally talk to a person and you see them across, I thought he was so tremendous when he was on the show. Listening back, which I do, because I want the best. If I'm expecting the best out of Aldo and Shayne, I want to make sure I'm holding up my end, and everybody else, God knows I've ripped fucking barfly tailgates that left. You gotta be prepared, and you gotta fucking have fun and know what you're talking about. And I thought Cars was tremendous, and I totally texted him. I totally understand what's going on. It's just a great thing, and I'm proud, really proud that he's a part of Bears Barroom.
That's nice. I'm going to let you continue because I know you got another couple of shout-outs, but first I want to get a couple out of the way here from the chat room. Zeke wants to shout out Greg Braggs and the Shy Fans in the Stands show. He really enjoys that show. He thinks it's a great addition to the network. Steven Zimmerman wants to shout out his co-workers for letting him listen to Bears Barroom on the stereo at work, even though none of them are football Bears fans. Even the Packers fan gets a kick out of us at times. Hey, tell that Packers fan to blow me. Go ahead. Go ahead, Phil.
I wanted to shout out Jim Larison, who reached out to me. Big barfly friend of the show. I want to shout out Heidi Zimmerman for her efforts on the song. You can hear her, and just her overall emphasis about Bears Barroom. The Gaines report, I just think that guy's just
Mr.
tremendous.
No Energy.
Yeah. I just want to shout out everybody at the Tape Never Lies
studios.
Responses, not the studios, but the responses on YouTube have been overwhelmingly positive and appreciated, because I know one thing about myself: I don't lack confidence. I want to be the best and give you the best. I don't want to let you down. Shayne can tell you. I get
place in
off.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't want to lose. But I also want to deliver the best possible product. And if someone's slipping on that, including myself, I want to be on top of it. So your words, your respect, and everything, and all of my brothers at Bears Barroom deserve a round of applause.
There you go.
Greg Braggs, you guys are doing.
Greg Braggs wants to shout out people who actually change diapers. And Ryan Cox says, Braggs, I changed 2 extremely soiled diapers today, and I thought of you, my man. Zeke wants to shout out Bud Light for helping him get through that game tonight.
You need something a little stronger than Bud Light.
Oh,
really? Zim wants to shout out BBR for the best Bears content around and for letting him play the antagonist sometimes. Zim, we love it when you play the antagonist. We know it comes natural to you. Oil Pan Willie wants to shout out Taekwon Mizell for being that, quote, dual purpose back. I love it.
Very good one, this guy. I'm starting to like this guy.
Yeah, he's lovable. And I want to go back to a guy that we shouted out earlier in the show, our man, Dan Aguirre. I thought that what he did with his barroom special and showing the vulnerability and talking openly about what he's going on in his personal life to begin and end the show, You know, frankly, at first when I was listening to it, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if I should cut that out, maybe just get straight to the point. But then as I'm listening to the show, I said to myself, no fucking way should I cut that out, because this guy is just being me, right? Being me. And so showing that vulnerability at the top of the show where he talks about what's going on in his personal life, and then talking with such great passion about the 1986 Chicago Bears and what were the roadblocks in preventing a dynasty from happening. It all factored in. It was like he constructed a perfect novel, but he didn't. He did, but he didn't have any forethought into it. He talked off the top of his head about this. This is something that he's given.
Aldo, if I can butt in right here, just to,
please.
Oh, I'm a huge motherfucking barfly.
Just to take it behind the scenes, like Dan and Phil and I talk literally every night and every day, and he was talking about the Bears and one. I said, Dan, just do it and record it. I said, I'll make sure Aldo puts it on. And I swear to God, within, Phil, what was it? Maybe 5 minutes. He's like, all right, I'm going to knock this out before I have to start my own show. Exactly. And he went for like an hour and 15, and he texted me back. He's like, hey, I just wrapped it up. And
I think it was therapeutic. And that's one thing Greg Braggs can say, and to tell and educate fucking haters out there, because there has been a narrative drawn on me, Aldo, Shayne. We've all had our time to shine in regards to a narrative and anger and angst and manipulation in social media, and maybe it's a talk for a different show. But I want to say this: my brothers care about people. Dan, I called him on the phone and spoke to him my whole drive home and sitting in my driveway, and about his life and about real shit, about marriage and how tough it and everything. And there is, I was proud of my analogy, Aldo. I said to him, and it just came off the top of my head, you don't need to fish in a fish tank. You got a whole ocean out there now. And it got him to laugh. And then my brother, Shayne, because I was asleep, texting him to have that therapeutic moment. And that's why I thanked you too, Aldo, because you just fucking believed in it, put it out there. And I think Ryan KB30 had tweeted out, and a lot of other people have said to me and texted me, that was fucking awesome. I'm not even a fucking Bears fan. It was awesome to learn about things I didn't know. I learned things. And I think it helped Dan too. And that's to my point, is that Shayne cared in the moment. And that's what this Bears barroom, I think Zeke and people that are barfly, Chris Sandlin and all these people. We had Pablo Jax on last week. He's got his own Spanish-speaking Bears podcast. We want to help everybody.
Yep.
We just don't want to deal with the bullshit and all that other stuff. And I think that was fucking awesome by Shayne to do that for Dan, because I think you hit it out of the park, Dan and Shayne and Aldo.
He really did what I have always advised young people, who, and really anybody, whatever age, who wants to get into radio broadcasting and writing and movie making, is that you have to find your voice. You have to offer something to people that is unique, and what is unique is your fucking voice. I mean, we've seen it in the chat room tonight. People like Oil Pan Willie and Zeke and other people are expressing their way in a manner that I cannot duplicate. Dan Aguirre couldn't duplicate. Shayne and Phil couldn't duplicate. You guys are being authentic in the chat room, and then anyone who wants to do a podcast or write a movie or whatever the fuck it is, you have to find your voice and do it in a way that just captures our interest. And hey, for some people, they find their voice and it's fucking boring. So too bad. You got to go back to fucking doing whatever you do. That's the code. I've said this at classes at colleges too. I've said it just like that. Sometimes this isn't for you, but if your voice is interesting and stuff, then all of a sudden you're gonna fucking do special things. And what Dan Aguirre did with that Bears Bar Room radio network special on the 85, 86 Bears and onward was fucking special. And what we do here is special, and what we do here is special is because of you barflies who listen. It's because of the interaction that we've had in the chat room. It's because of the passion that Shayne and Phil and everyone else involved with the network shares, and we're fucking happy. And I'll tell you one thing: there are other shows that get more listeners, but there are very few, if any, shows about the Chicago Bears that generate the passion that Bears 100 Proof listeners get. And it's like a very special brand. It's like McDonald's might sell more fucking hamburgers than anybody else, but is that really the hamburger you want to have at the end of the fucking day?
That's a good point.
It is.
It isn't for me, and I used to work there in their creative services department.
You fooled people at the
That's right. Keep it at 100. I can say that openly now because my agreement with them is officially over, so I can talk shit about them. But the passion that our fans have for the Bears 100 Proof brand is truly special, and it makes me fucking feel great at night. And every time I'm fucking tired and don't want to do this, I think about you guys and I think about my partners here, and I say, yeah, get your ass out of bed and fucking do this show and keep spreading the good word about what we're doing. Because again, it's like who was it that gave a shout out to Greg Bragg's fucking Shy Fans in the Stands? It's a fucking great show. These guys have found their voice, and they did it really fucking quick. Where it takes a lot of other people a lot longer. So kudos to them and kudos to everybody else. That's all I got to say, man. Steven Zimmerman says, literally the first time we spoke, Aldo told me to find my voice and be unique, and no one has latched onto that more than Dan. It has worked wonders for him and created a wonderful addition to BBR. Well said, Steven Zimmerman. Oil Pan Willie, will you be doing 100 Proof at halftime the next two games? I think we will, right, guys?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
This is the pattern, and then we go live opening night in that week. I think we're going to be live, right, Aldo, on 100 Proof based on the schedules?
Yeah, I'm still working that out. I put something on Slack regarding our schedule, so we're still massaging that whole thing. But here's the one thing that I do want to say about next week's game. If I get down there to Indianapolis, I'm going to ask Joe to do the live show with you guys, and then I'll be the one calling in like Badge. I'd love to meet Zeke out there in Indianapolis, and maybe he and I can call him, but I'm not quite sure I can get out there for that game. I know Greg Braggs is going to be there, so he will definitely be calling in. But nonetheless,
Shy Fans in the Stands with Greg.
Hey, that's a pretty good fucking song. I want to talk to Joe about that song and see where he got that riff from that opens the show. That guitar
he plays
riff.
it.
He did it.
He did it himself, huh? That is nice. Very nice. And I know
he was worried about Catherine leaving him for John Mayer, so he got fucking got the fucking strings out, started going crazy. If
I had Catherine as my fiance, I'd be worried about her leaving too. She's very attractive. So yes, the answer, Oil Pan, is definitely we will be going live, and then during the regular season, at the end of every show, we have a new show called Last Call with Draft Dr. Phil and me, and Shayne will try to join us as often as possible, where we're going to do immediate reaction on the show and have Matt Nagy's press conference after the show, and you can count on Phil starting the show with a rant. And my expectation is that his rants are going to be very positive because there's a very good chance this team is going to win a lot of fucking football games in 2019. A lot of games.
I really believe it.
Yeah.
I really believe it.
And I kind of hate saying...
We're live in Palm Beach. Last call.
Oh, a little teaser.
Nice.
Little teaser. Little tease there, Tooch. Teasing the Tooch.
I kind of hate saying goodnight.
I know. We've had so much fun. This is when I get off the show and I can't sleep because I had so much fun. I'm dead serious. Like, I love these guys. And I think that kind of mixture in the ingredients in the show is what makes it so downloaded and populated. But I was told today by a fucking Galaxy phone user, yes, Greg Braggs, but it wasn't Greg Braggs. They said they went to Google Play and they can't find Bears Barroom Radio in the Google Play app, and they were all fired up about it. So I don't know if Zimmerman could start stepping up his game, and Mandel, why isn't our show showing up on Google Play and iHeartRadio? I think we got to add those two.
I have to look into that because Podbean is supposed to share it with those outlets, but if they're not, I'll figure out why.
Yeah, it's not there. Go into Google Play and look up Bears Barroom. It doesn't even pop up.
Phil, what is that app or that program? Remember that it just automatically...
Oh, man. Forget the name of it, but I will get it and send that to Aldo.
There's one out there just automatically puts it on every delivery service available for
Podbean's supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking paying those
ads. It's not going Google Play. Like, go into Google Play and search Bears Barroom.
Well, and I know that Spotify has missed a couple of our episodes too, and Podbean is supposed to share it with Spotify religiously, but a couple of our episodes have not been on Spotify, so have to do some investigation there.
Well, Tooch is on the case, I hope.
All right,
Bellissimo. That could be a job for the Brit. The top hat.
My man Bellissimo. I think that's it, man. I think we need to pull the plug. I use Podcast Addict. I never heard of that. Zeke, Podcast Addict.
Yeah.
Oil Pan Willie's sharing his life story in the chat room. I'm gonna have to cut and paste all this together and do a fucking book on him.
Have to bring him on the show sometime.
Yes.
Might find a diamond in the rough, Dan.
Steven Zimmerman says he's a basic bitch and uses Apple Podcast. All right, we're out of music, so that means it's time to say goodbye. Remember, if you drink, please do not drive, and always bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down. Old Chase.
That was a good fucking show.